Hey, podcast pals. It's Dana from the Half-Ass Morning Show. As always, we appreciate you checking on the podcast, and it's all brought to you by our friends at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. The July heat means it's officially swass and crotch soup season. Gross! It also means our AC units are being put to the test. I recently went through an issue myself, and I was so happy to have my friends at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning in my corner. They gave me real options, didn't make me feel like a dummy for not knowing a single thing about HVAC systems, and let me choose what worked best for my home and my budget. No pressure, just comfort my way. Enjoy the show, thanks for listening, and stay cool this summer with Standard.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show. 93
The following portion of the program has been edited to remove licensed music.
It's showtime! And here we go. Here we friggin' welcome to the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show. It's our latest Monday program. Did somebody have an accident? We just started off there with
I'm good.
No.
I've been on a hot streak lately. I can say that.
All clean.
Close call a couple of weeks ago during Josh's news, but other than that, I'm doing great.
We started off there with a song about defecating oneself. In the end, the singer said, it's just fecal matter. Who came up with that one, Cubby?
You know, here's the thing. I'll tell you how it happened. I get it from my buddy Matt. Matt sends me a link to an X account from Just Cat Memes. And at the very end of the video, it credits Hog Johnson 911 on TikTok. So I can tell you for sure my buddy Matt didn't produce this, so I don't know for sure. I'd love to give credit who actually made this thing.
Sounds like it was Hog Johnson 911.
That's my guess, that it's Hog Johnson 911. By the way, that's H-A-W-G. Johnson on TikTok.
Hog Johnson 6969 was already taken.
And it was pretty funny because there's like a larger gentleman singing this thing, and then there's a guy in the back, the hype man, just kind of standing back there doing all the hand gestures and the,
right.
the hops and whatnot.
Right.
Yeah, a song that good needs a hype man for sure, without a doubt.
But you're right. In the end, it's all just fecal matter. Don't get too worked up by it.
Sometimes it ends up in the toilet. Sometimes it ends up in your pants.
Sounds like you had a close call, as you said.
Yeah, I was kind of sweating, but I could tell you're getting close to birthdays. So I was like, I think I can make this. I don't need to like whisper in his ear like, "Hey, bud, could you wrap this up? I'm about to die over here." Well, you hit that. I never felt the sense of relief, and when you hit the birthday song, I was like, all right, I'm gonna make it, baby. Gonna make it.
Next time, I'm gonna keep an eye out and see if you're in that mode.
Yeah.
And just keep on going.
Just keep on going.
Make up some birthdays, whatever I got to do.
Well, I'll be damned.
But everybody's got clean pants.
Yep.
We're feeling pretty good. We are. I'm confident that everyone is perfectly well rested and thrilled to be here.
Of course.
Sweating, Dana said a minute ago. Hotter than hell again today. It's supposed to be hotter than hell, and then supposedly some hellacious storms will be rolling through town just like yesterday. One more, they say. One more of these days, and then we'll have some smooth sailing the rest of the week.
Can't wait.
Oh, so, okay. I thought maybe you played a pant pooping song, Josh, because maybe that was part of your weekend.
No, it was just new to me, so I apologize if this is super old and everybody's already heard it. Dumbass Welder Jesus said the guy in the video is Zach from the new Jackass crew.
Oh, I didn't even know there was a new Jackass crew.
Do you follow that, Dana? I'll send you the video. You tell me if you recognize it.
Whatever happened to the old Jackass crew? They're in their 50s now. They're too old to bottle rocket each other in the ass.
When they did the most recent Jackass movie, they realized, hey, we're all in our 50s at this point. We're old. We need some new blood in this thing. So the old guys, the old guard is still there, but they brought in a couple of young, fresh faces.
Well, thank God. Thank God.
Legacy. They're bringing in the legacy.
Yeah. Ah, wow. Speaking of the heat that we've been all suffering through here the last few days, let's go the other way. Ice cold. And that brings up something young people are up to these damn days. Something called freeze branding. It's the new body modification trend, Josh. Freeze branding. Sounds awful,
Yeah, I bet that's pretty painful.
but I'm going to go ahead anyways. Let me explain this to you. Maybe a conversation about freeze branding will help take your mind off the insufferable heat we've been dealing with. The new body mod trend. You use dry ice. Help me. I'm going to do my best here. Isopropyl alcohol. Isopropyl. I hope I dumped that on you with some manner of legitimacy and accuracy.
That's how I pronounce it.
Okay, good enough. If it's good enough for Cubby, it's good enough for me. You use dry ice, isopropyl alcohol, and liquid nitrogen to permanently mark your skin. Freeze branding.
That sounds super safe.
Yeah, I think it's not.
Ah,
I know the National Institute or Institutes of Health, they spoke out on it saying, hey, let's avoid that if we can.
My husband uses dried ice quite a bit for his job, and he has to put on like these big, heavy-duty gloves every time he touches it.
I
So
bet.
I can't imagine just
Yeah.
grabbing that stuff or
You'll
putting it on your body.
You'll stick to it, right? It'll pull the skin right off of you. Instead of tattoos or hot branding. Oh, I remember that bit from 20 years ago or so, where the college kids were sizzling hot, using a sizzling hot poker to brand their skin.
I was a douchebag guilty of that.
You did
You
what?
did that?
We heated up bottle caps on the stove one night and then branded ourselves with them.
So what, your shoulder says Pepsi-Cola?
It was
Heineken or
just
something?
no, it's just kind of the outline of a beer bottle. Kind of the
Outline of
ridges.
Not a beer bottle.
cap?
You
Oh,
mean
beer cap. Excuse me. Yes, beer cap.
Is it still visible?
No, I used some scar cream that I think was designed for pregnant women after they give birth. I had to rub that stuff on me like every day for a couple of years. If I look in the right light, I can still kind of see it, but it's not noticeable.
For stretch marks?
Yeah.
So mid to late 90s.
This was I was in college, so probably 2007, 2008.
Oh, a little later than I estimated. I thought that was more of a mid to late. All right. So instead of that hot branding or tattoos, young kids are freezing designs onto their skin. They borrowed this idea from the livestock industry, where it's common to mark cattle and horses with that freeze dam branding.
I mean, it's kind of impressive.
Does some of it look sort of cool?
Yeah, definitely.
But it's not highly recommended by...
No, it's actually, they're saying, please don't do this. Let's see. HVAC/R and stuff, Jesus said that over the weekend he saw a guy use dry ice in the process of cooking a steak. He said it looked interesting and it was very good.
You can
I
cook,
didn't know you could do that.
I didn't know that either.
cook yourself a steak with ice? What's that line from that movie? I'll come up with it. Anyway, super cold irons are applied to your skin, or you can do it to your hairdo. And it makes a very clear and visible mark.
Oh yeah, it's very clear. That's
It
for
is?
sure. And some of the videos I watched, the people didn't look very affected.
Like they weren't reacting.
They weren't like the tattoo lady where she's screaming. No, they weren't really reacting much at all.
Trying to act tough.
I mean, go ahead.
When we did the bottle caps, it hurt, and a buddy of mine, he kept squirming, so he got like 4 of them. It looked like his wrist looked like the Olympic rings, the Olympic logo.
On the wrist. Ouch.
But
How
this
much
was
does he regret it at this point?
Oh, very much so. I think we did within an hour of doing it. We're like, why the hell did we just do that?
But what you were doing was burning.
Yeah.
This is freezing, and maybe there's something about the cold where you don't feel the pain right away. Josh was just saying he watched some of these fools freeze branding each other, and they weren't wincing. They weren't hollering out.
Oh, not at all. Let me see if I can find one of those videos to show you, Ashley.
What does it sound like when someone hollers out in pain from a tattoo? I wonder if we have some audio around
I can
here.
get you an example.
Oh, God, I love this woman so much.
It'll take a second
She's
here.
just the best. So this has become the latest thing that doctors are having to step forward and comment on and just say, look, this is funny. One doctor who I think is fairly well known on the internet, on social media, TikTok and whatnot, just bluntly said this. They said, "You are not a horse." Human skin is way thinner, and this refers back to how this freeze branding was borrowed from the livestock community. The doctor said human skin is way thinner than a horse or a cow. You risk developing terrible, painful bacterial infections in your skin. It can infect your bloodstream. You can get sepsis, which I'm sure every one of us knows somebody who's caught sepsis and almost died.
Yep.
It's a brutal, awful thing.
That killed my uncle. Yeah,
Jesus.
I knew somebody else, like you said, that I had a girlfriend that almost died from it.
And it can give you a bone infection.
Oh.
Wonderful.
Oh.
Wait! Ow! I'm sorry, it hurts. Okay.
Speaking of yelling,
Oh my God.
B-Rad G from Malibu is yelling at us over and over and over again saying liquid nitrogen.
What about liquid nitrogen?
I don't know. He said, it's liquid nitrogen. Now you have to start yelling at us again and say, what do you mean?
Hey, dude, B-Rad from Malibu, keep it in your friggin' pants. This is what I read from the get-go. According to an article written about, and God, I bet that gal is a lot of fun in the sack. Anyway, don't you think, Josh? She just hollers out, makes you feel good about yourself.
Heck yeah. You know you're doing a good job.
Yeah. I read this right from the get-go, B-Rad, and we're still bros, don't get me wrong, B-Rad. But I read right from the get-go, you use, according to this article, for freeze branding, dry ice, isopropyl alcohol, or liquid nitrogen.
Yeah, you did mention
I
it.
said the words out loud.
Okay, now he's arguing, saying you said dry ice.
I know what I said, B-Rad.
But B-Rad G from Malibu also got back and said Josh's mom has got a bone infection, LOL.
See,
I like that he snuck that in there.
consider the source. Consider the source.
It's kind of nice that he took a break, from yelling at us about liquid nitrogen.
He felt bad coming after me, decided to go after you a little bit. And your beloved mother. Oh, I'm not a body modification guy. So all this stuff comes off kind of silly to me. I would feel pretty bad about myself if I was laid out in a hospital bed with sepsis because I wanted to freeze brand the McDonald's logo on my chest or something. Whatever. Nothing against you know what I mean?
Yeah. We went to a museum for a field trip in middle school, and they had a piece of ice there that if you could touch it, it replicated how cold the water temperature was in the Titanic when it crashed. To give you an idea of what it was. And a buddy of mine said, like, do you think I could put my hand on there for 5 minutes? And we're like, I don't know, go ahead. So he did. He put his hand on there for 5 minutes.
5 minutes?
Yes. Ended up, like, tearing off some of the skin, getting frostbite on his fingertips. He had to miss the rest of the basketball season.
This was at a museum?
Yeah.
And they allowed him to fist this... Jesus balls.
I know.
What was he going to get in return for his bravery?
Some type of clout within the 5-6 of us guys standing there?
I could see doing that.
Yeah.
But yeah, you'd think if they allow that, it would be in a situation where you're not going to be out of your... What sport?
Basketball.
Basketball season.
Yeah.
And now your shooting guard is out for the season because you guys went to the science museum on a field trip.
Yeah, he's walking around with gauze on each tip of his finger for weeks. Try holding a pencil while doing that. It was hilarious.
Now, we played the tattoo lady clip. Mom Plowing Jesus said that's a dude in that sound piece. No, first and foremost, that's liquid nitrogen. What you're hearing is liquid nitrogen. That's 100% a lady. It's a super old clip.
Oh, for God's sake.
Video.
We've studied it up and down for decades.
We've watched that video over and over and over.
That is a lady.
A lady with a hoarse voice.
Dozer Jesus has a question for us this morning. Do any of us remember Bic lighter branding?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I saw a couple of people do that.
Well, tell
And
me.
just talking about when you get the top of the lighter really hot and then press it on your skin.
Yes.
By the name of it, it didn't ring a bell. And now that you've explained it, so you just have burn marks all over your body in the shape of the tip of a Bic lighter?
Yes.
Yeah.
At least that's what I've seen. That's how I've seen
What
it.
does it look like?
Just like you injured yourself somehow. It wasn't very.
Yeah, there's nothing. I mean, I remember the, how do I say this? Blanketing you put a hanger on a stovetop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that one. Mm-hmm. No, I never saw anybody.
Somebody texted in. Yeah, I completely forgot. It's like a certain type of lighter, but it makes like a little smiley face.
Oh, that's okay. Someone.
Oh, I haven't seen that. I just saw the regular ones.
Smiley lighters, people are saying.
I completely forgot that was the point of
It
that.
creates a certain type of lighter.
I haven't seen that.
Maybe it's Bic. Will create a tiny smiley. Like I said, no, this is most of this is foreign to me. I was never into that. Body modification, whether it be tattoos or branding or never drew me in. What's the problem?
Some people have been very disagreeable today. And Magic playing Machinist Jesus, he disagrees. Us calling it Monday.
Well, what the hell? What day is it then? Ah, wow. Did everyone have a wonderful weekend, despite the miserable heat pouring down on us and then the hellacious, dangerous stuff? Everyone have a good time?
I realized my age quite a bit. On Saturday, we did some moving in the heat. And
Again, with the moving, now where is somebody going?
well, this was the actual time we did it. We'd kind of been planning on doing it, and we finally did it over the weekend. And
Did what?
the moving,
Where'd you move?
we moved from a storage facility to our house and then one of the kids' houses. And I realized, boy, I'm not cut out for manual labor anymore at my age. That's very humbling.
No.
There's a time where everyone thought I was going to have a heart attack. I was so red, I guess.
Stop that.
Well, I think after that, I'm retiring.
I told you a long time ago to stop with this moving. We don't need you having a heart attack.
It was,
Were you dressed appropriately?
yeah.
Proud of you.
I had,
Well, you define dressed appropriately.
You had a hoodie on. You
I
had
had
to.
a hoodie, a long sleeve shirt, long underwear.
We were just talking yesterday,
Jeans.
Ashley and I were talking about how you don't dress correctly for the weather sometimes.
It stresses me out.
Yesterday, Ashley and I saw each other. We saw each other. It was, you don't get to see this more than once in a lifetime. A pregnant lady hanging out in the parking lot of a liquor store. Yesterday,
Depends on the city.
Yeah, I suppose.
Good point.
For most of us, it's a once-in-a-lifetime thing. To
I mean,
see
you and I have been to Arlington. You could probably see that in Arlington.
a pregnant lady in a liquor store parking lot for 2 hours.
Yeah, that's a difference.
So then now I think I've explained the situation that you're only going to see once in a lifetime. Ashley had an appearance yesterday, standing out in the heat in the parking lot of a liquor store. And so my wife and I stopped by to see Ashley. And it was so hot. And, of course, we're talking about the weather. And we were talking about how Josh, it can be 95 degrees sometimes, and he's still wearing a hoodie. And we were all wondering, how the hell does he do that? How the hell do you do that?
Yeah, I felt nude.
So
Because
did you get down
Saturday
to a-
and Sunday I was in a T-shirt.
You got down to a T-shirt.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh, I'm proud of you.
So
Good.
proud. Yeah.
That's probably why maybe you were feeling some cardiac troubles.
Could be.
Your body's not used to being that exposed
And then it takes-
to the sun.
It takes some energy to try and hide it from others, how miserable you are when you're trying to pretend that everything's just totally fine.
Oh, yeah. That's the worst.
Thank you to Testicular Fortitude Jesus, who stopped by and jaw-jacked with us for a while yesterday.
Interesting guy. He's got an interesting story.
He does.
Can you share? Or
Well, he's had problems. I don't remember who brought it up. Someone might have asked him, tell us about your Jesus name, Testicular Fortitude. And he's got a medical condition where every once in a while his nuts swell up to the size of volleyballs.
Oh, man.
Oh. Did he say what it was?
I can't remember now.
Yeah, it was something fancy. I can't remember.
Something fancy.
It was.
Yeah,
it was
one
fancy.
of those long medical terms.
Wasn't just big balls disease?
Nah.
And then not elephantitis or any. Every once in a while he wakes up, Cubby, and his nads need their own,
Zip code?
Sure, I'll go along with that. Need their own zip code.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
He seems to be doing all right.
Does he?
But pregnant lady in the parking lot of a liquor store when it's 100 degrees out, that was fun to watch.
That's good and trashy. I love that.
We brought Smashly some things to help with the heat.
Yeah, that was very nice of you guys.
Well, it was a couple miles down the road from our house. We had to see what was going on with the Smash.
Brought the cute little dog with. Loved that.
We brought the dog. The dog was excited to see Smash. We brought Ashley a popsicle, and it tasted okay.
Oh, yeah, it was great. It was one of those Superman-shaped one.
Oh, cool.
The shape of his face, yeah.
I ducked into the gas station, Josh, just fast as hell to grab her a popsicle. It was actually Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But when I presented it to her, I thought, this is a gas station popsicle. It might have been in the freezer for the last 18 to 19 months. You know what I mean?
It did look like at one point it melted, and then they froze it again.
Okay.
To make the face better.
We brought her up water and this and that. It was, you're pretty tough.
Yeah, it was pretty hot. Yeah, I started to get like heat rash on my legs, but...
Oh, really?
But you know what I did get to do, Nick?
No.
I got to go to Applebee's after.
Oh, hell yeah.
Afterwards, you guys went to Applebee's?
Yup.
Why the hell didn't you call us?
It was awesome.
Were you eating good in the neighborhood?
It was so great.
I love Applebee's, and I brought it up when we were at her appearance in the liquor store parking lot because there was an Applebee's right across the parking lot. And I said, now there is one of my favorite restaurants, but my wife never wants to go there with me. So I was kind of expressing my disappointment in how right here in our neighborhood, we've got this beautiful Applebee's, but we never go there. Well, you should have called me when you left to go. We would have met you there.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I would have had a bite to eat.
It was really awesome because this poor girl, there was like some type of mistake in the kitchen, and so our food took a little bit longer than usual. But I was totally cool with it because she comes back and she's like, "Yeah, just pick whatever dessert you want to make up for this." I didn't care at all. We had nowhere to be after that. I was fine waiting a couple more minutes for my food, but I was like, oh my gosh, like you couldn't have said anything more beautiful to me. I get a free dessert.
What'd you pick?
It was one of those molten lava cakes.
Oh, good call.
Gosh, it was so good.
Dude.
So good.
Well, we had fun visiting you yesterday. Okay, here's a text message. People are guessing what's wrong with testicular fortitude Jesus and why his nads swell up all the time. Testicular torsion? No, he said it was not testicular torsion. Which I know I've had. Didn't you have that as well, Josh?
No, I had a
Bad wiring?
I can't remember.
They had to rearrange your wiring down.
Oh, that's different.
Oh.
Yeah, I had varicocele. That's what it's called.
All right. I don't remember what's wrong with this guy.
That was never painful.
I don't recall what exactly was bothering testicular fortitude Jesus and why his nuts swell up the way they do, but they do.
But yeah, I had another deal that was very painful.
Couple people have texted in this morning saying, okay, last weekend was the big grand opening, however they say it in the business, for the newest Happy Gilmore movie. Last Friday, Dana saw it ahead of time. Josh, did you run out and go see the Happy Gilmore movie?
Well, it's Netflix, but yeah, we watched it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I liked it quite a bit. It was
everybody
cute and
was.
fun.
Yeah.
I loved all the cameos were great. Scotty Scheffler absolutely killed it.
He was so. I have a new appreciation for that guy. I always thought he was such a boring stiff. He's hilarious.
Is he the bigger guy? The one? Well, I shouldn't say much, but is he the bigger guy?
He's the guy that ends up in the clinker.
Okay, I didn't want to say that.
Oh,
but
okay.
yeah.
There's so many videos and spoilers out there already.
Is there?
Like I had to watch it because it was getting to a point where if I didn't, I would have already known everything that happened in the movie.
Yeah,
I'm glad you guys enjoyed it.
Yeah, I thought it was all right. It was not on par with, pardon the pun, with the original, but it was okay. It was really like more of a tribute to the original.
It really was, yeah.
Than necessarily a new movie. Mm-hmm. But you're right, that guy was funny. Bad Bunny, I don't know much about. He was pretty funny.
He was hilarious.
Yeah, I didn't realize until like halfway through that was Bad Bunny, and I thought, what?
Constantly asking people if they want breadsticks.
And you mentioned the cameos. There's some cameos in there. One was such a big name, I didn't even realize who. My wife had to tell me that's so-and-so.
I think I know who you're talking about.
There's a lot of cameos, huh? Mm-hmm. But you don't want to spoil this one that you're...
No, I don't want to.
Okay.
It was, like I said, it was okay.
It's big enough to where you don't want to say anything. Well, I'm glad you liked it, Hal. I want all of you to have pleasant experiences. I certainly do. We might as well get moving for real skis. We'll have Randy Shaver and Brad Ryder popping by a little bit later, and we'll see what's going on with those fools. For now, we'll take a few minutes to ourselves and come back with the stupid news next on the 93X Half-Ass Morning Show.
93X
Half-Assed Morning Show.
Hey, podcast pals. It's Dana from the Half-Ass Morning Show. As always, we appreciate you checking on the podcast, and it's all brought to you by our friends at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. The July heat means it's officially swass and crotch soup season. Gross! It also means our AC units are being put to the test. I recently went through an issue myself, and I was so happy to have my friends at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning in my corner. They gave me real options, didn't make me feel like a dummy for not knowing a single thing about HVAC systems, and let me choose what worked best for my home and my budget. No pressure, just comfort my way. Enjoy the show, thanks for listening, and stay cool this summer with Standard.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy. Just drop in some details about yourself and see if you're eligible to save money when you bundle your home and auto policies. The process only takes minutes, and it could mean hundreds more in your pocket. Visit Progressive.com after this episode to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states. Mic Drop. Hosted by former Navy SEAL Mike Ritlin. It's raw.
Any single time that you left the wire, you could lose 4 guys.
It's unfiltered.
That was the most horrible screaming I'd ever heard. Taking a hit on the chin, you want to pay it back?
It's tough talk from the top minds in their field.
Would I choose to not do our duty as military fighting men? No, I would not make that decision, without question.
Mic Drop. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Stupid news on the Half-Assed Morning Show.
Yeah, real quick, here's something we covered a few minutes ago. The rest of you have gone out and watched the latest awful Adam Sandler movie, Happy Gilmore Part 2. Dana, Smashley, Cubby, all yous have gone out to see the new movie. Josh mentioned there are lots and lots of cameos in the movie, and you mentioned someone by the name of Bad Bunny. Well, I'm familiar. Here's a listener who is not. They texted in to ask you a question, Josh. Bad Bunny, is that the Cash Me Outside girl?
Yes.
They're the one in the same.
No, she's something else, Bunny, or Bad. I can't remember which.
Barbie, I think.
Bad Bobby.
Yeah.
I thought that was her for a really long time, too.
So did I. Until somebody told me, what, is he a rapper?
Yep.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, until very recently, I finally realized they were two different people.
Well, just like you, somebody said Bad Bunny's in there, and I asked, why would Adam Sandler put her in there? And my wife cleared me up.
I learned of Bad Bunny watching WWE programming a while back. So the Cash Me Outside girl has another nickname, and it's Bad Barbie?
Yeah, doesn't she spell it like
HBI? Yeah.
That's difficult to keep up with. Cameo. Josh probably remembers Cameo.
Oh, the band?
Yeah.
So now when you say Cameo, I think of the website.
Oh, what is that? What do they do on the Cameo website?
Oh, you're familiar. You're just forgetting where you can find a celebrity to send you a shout out.
They call that a cameo. That's right. W-O-R-D. Up is what they used to say in that one.
Looks like they released an album in 2000.
What?
Sexy, sweet thing.
I think the lead dude might have checked out. Now, I've made this mistake before. But I think the lead dude might have checked out.
Let's see.
Yeah. Y'all pretty ladies around the world got a weird thing to show you, and you tell the boys. That's what he says. What was his name? Did he check out?
Wayne Cooper? Is that the... It says
know.
here he was
I don't know.
the original member of Cameo, and yeah, he did die.
God dang it. All right.
They also have Larry Blackman.
I thought that was the lead guy.
He's alive.
Okay. Well, then I might have been mistaken. Somebody from Cameo checked out. By God, they did. Here we go. With today's stupid news, we'll make a run at it. Vampire? What's this jibber-jabber about a vampire? Here's the deal. A former women's college soccer coach in effing Taiwan. She had quite the late-night horror movie type scam going. It says here she was forcing students, back when she was still a soccer coach and professor of some level at this college, she was forcing students at the college to give blood over and over and over and over again. Hundreds of times, they say, she was forcing students at the college to donate blood. And she told the kids if they didn't spray plasma for her, they wouldn't receive school credits and they wouldn't graduate.
What?
So, unfortunately, this soccer coach gal wasn't a real vampire, if there is such a thing. She wasn't, as far as I know, she wasn't going home and drinking the blood of her students while naked and hanging from a sex swing or anything like that. That would have been much more fun to talk about. But most folks believe that the coach was taking the blood of the young people, buckets full. And they believe she was taking it out somewhere else and selling it.
Oh, weird.
And now, I know this is Taiwan, and I don't understand what goes on over there. I've never been there. But I'm just curious. Josh, let's say I had a big barrel of human blood. Who in the hell would I look to sell it to? Do you have any idea what telephone calls I would make?
One of the articles said she was selling it to like a research facility. There was some ambiguity here. People weren't exactly sure what she was doing with it, but that was the lead thought. She's selling it to some place like that. You know, like where you can sell platelets or you can sell plasma.
I'll be damned.
And it's weird, you know, those kids just went, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would immediately refuse and then go talk to somebody.
Ask a couple questions.
One of the articles said, you know, here's an issue like I have no idea if this is true, but I can just tell you I read it, saying that, you know, just in Taiwan, they listen to authority, you know, just, okay, you know, whatever they say, they go for it.
Mm-hmm. Just blindly go along with it.
So
They're
I don't
in charge.
know if that's true or not, but like I said, that was one of the things they mentioned. They got to work on that.
Yeah, one of my first thoughts was, why weren't these kids literally fighting this woman? But maybe that's just not their mindset over there. The soccer coach gal, by the name of Zoo, she got the nickname the Vampire Coach when the local media found out about her blood gimmick. And I'll tell you, she was squeezing every drop out of these kids at the school.
It's so dangerous.
National Taiwan Normal University is the name of the school, if that matters at all to you. And it was anything but normal for some of the students. It says here she forced students to give blood over and over again, or they wouldn't get the credits they needed to graduate. The kids were pinned down and drained daily.
Oh, yeah, you're not supposed to do that.
Some of the students said they were getting tapped for 14 straight days, 3 times a day.
God.
After a while, they were walking around the school looking like the effing undead.
Yeah, what's left in there?
They could barely find a vein in either arm after a while. Just
air comes out.
Yeah, emaciated.
I looked it up real quick because I wanted to be sure. It says that with whole blood, I imagine that's just like regular going and getting an IV, and you're You're only supposed to do it like 6 times a year. Platelets only 24 times a year, and plasma 12 times a year. So definitely not every day for 2 weeks straight.
Some of these kids could have dropped dead. Josh, was it blood, or was it blood donation or sperm donation that almost killed you when you were a young person?
Well, recreationally, sperm definitely took a toll on me. But the one that I used to go, give would be blood. Where I'd actually even lie about it. The blood and plasma. They're like, when's the last time you did this? I don't even remember so long ago, but it was about a week.
You needed car stereo money.
Yeah.
And so you were going more often than you should to donate blood.
Yes. Like, it was certainly every week.
That's scary. That's scary that you would do that.
I got pretty sick. This person said in high school I had to donate blood so I could graduate. We had to do some sort of community service, but I didn't want to do community service, so I gave my blood just so I could graduate, they said.
Huh.
That's pretty dramatic. So
we used to have one of those buses come to school.
To school? Wow.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
we
yep,
never
in
did.
high school. Yeah, you could. I mean, most people just did it because you could get out of class, and then they, of course, gave you like a free Uncrustable and a juice box.
Now that you mentioned that, I think I do remember it in high school, actually.
Yeah, I was only able to do it once, and then the 2 other times I showed up, they're like, no, because they test like your iron or something like that, and they were like, you're not you.
Imagine if the sperm mobile would have come to your high school.
Dang.
So to speak.
Lying around the block.
All right. Skinny Carpenter Jesus has texted in and simply said, BRB, throwing up.
This is making him sick?
Making him a little ill.
Oh, yeah, some people do not like that.
So, eventually, a few of the kids there at this college who could still walk under their own power finally told authorities that they were being effing milked against their will for their precious blood. And the vampire coach was gassed and told never to come back. Jesus, what a horror show. Yeah, if the sperm van would have pulled into my high school parking lot, I probably wouldn't have gone out there.
Just because it's gross?
Well, because, as we've discussed many times before on this show, masturbation was not hip when Josh and I were in high school.
Oh, yeah. That's a good point. I wasn't considering that. Yeah, if we're talking back then, there's no way. Anybody that went out there would be branded psychopath the rest of their lives.
Yeah, it was not a hip thing when Josh and I were in high school. You didn't talk about it. You never admitted to it because you didn't need to do that. I don't need to do that. I go out and get laid.
Oh, yeah.
That was the vibe.
Oh, that was the mindset?
That was absolutely that was the mindset.
I even remember when I was younger that being like a cool thing to say. Like, I don't need to pleasure myself because I have other people that do it for me.
Right.
Was it shameful, though?
I guess as a girl, yes. 100%.
It was, okay.
Yeah, people, especially, I'm thinking of like 8th grade, 9th grade. I'm not really sure about later in high school, but yeah, if you were a girl, it was shamed.
When we were in high school, if the sperm wagon would have pulled into the parking lot, we all just would have run to the windows to see if anyone walked out there. And if they did, we would have held a parade to heckle them. You know what I mean? That was the mindset back then. All right. Just as weird here is this guy who's going to have to check into a Chinese prison any day now. And he's going to have to sit there for a good 3 years for what he has done. Let me tell you all I know about this lunatic. Now, this sounds to me like the type of feller where his next step was maybe murder. But I don't know. I'll let you folks have at it before I come to any grand conclusion. This Chinese effing guy by the name of Lee, here's what he did to deserve prison. He repeatedly spiked his co-workers' drinks with a, quote, truth serum in order to steal that co-worker's future work ideas. A truth serum. Yes, I will learn all of your secrets. Drink. Drink! To steal his co-worker's future ideas. Mr. Lee, lunatic moron. Word is he came across this stupid so-called truth serum during a business trip out of town summers. He wanted to see if it really worked. He bought it from a sleazy roadside vendor. What is this, the Old West in 1763?
Yeah, you don't see those too often anymore.
Buying serums and whatnot.
And elixirs, yeah.
From some
snake oil.
Raggedy old sumbitch out of a covered wagon? What are you talking about?
I love that.
He bought it out of town on a business trip at a roadside vendor, from a roadside vendor. Anyways, Mr. Lee was told by the truth serum vendor that just a few drops of this swill could make anyone reveal all of their secrets. And he bought it in one way or another. He bought it in multiple ways. And this Lee guy, okay, he wanted to drag all the future work plans from one of his colleagues and get a leg up at the office, I guess. So Mr. Lee could be the big idea guy in the building. Dude.
That'd be pretty fun to, take truth serum.
I was just thinking, if we knew it was safe, that'd be a fun bit to do here.
I'd be kind of scared. I'd be mostly afraid of what you would say, Nick, to be honest.
What do you think? I'm hiding terrible secrets?
No, I think
you are correct.
The filter would just churn off.
Well, there's probably people texting in right now who are saying truth serum, hard liquor is truth serum.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And there's some truth to that. I think you get folks drunk enough, they'll tell you their deepest, darkest secrets. Okay, so one night, the work colleague that Mr. Lee wanted to experiment on and then steal his work ideas was a feller called Wang.
No kidding.
A Lee and a Wang.
Yes. So one night a few years ago, while out to eat with Wang, Lee poured a few drops of the serum into Wang's drinky. Wang ended up feeling dizzy and effed up enough to where he went to see a doctor. But he didn't cough up any valuable work secrets. So Lee tried the same gimmick again, another time. This time, Wangy felt even worse. And he ended up cacking all over the sidewalk. Oh. But still, no secrets came out of his yap, just vomit. Lee tried it again. Still, Wang didn't say dick about what he was planning to do with work in the near future. And that's when Wang realized, hey, I only come away feeling like deep-fried ass after I hang out and have drinks with Mr. Lee. Wang started to wake up like, what the hell's going on? Every time I go out with you, I end up feeling like garbage. Wang had his blood and urine tested, and the result came back positive for all different kinds of sedative chemicals and wacky stuff like that, depressants and this and that. Wang went to the local police and told them all about it. The cops raided Lee's house, and they found his stupid-ass truth serum. And yeah, there was some dangerous stuff in there that could have effed Wang up permanent. Lee confessed to spiking Wang's drink with the truth serum. This is one of those stories where you have to remind yourself that it's the year 20 and 25.
I imagine the truth serum being in like a potion bottle.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
With maybe a skull and crossbones.
Little
on it.
eyedropper.
Yeah.
A little cork.
Yes.
On the tippy top. There are still people on this planet who believe in ridiculous things like effing truth serum. That's absolutely stupid.
I don't think I'd need any truth serum to express my displeasure to him about how upset I was that he would poison me. That guy must have had some pretty good ideas, the Wang gentleman.
Yeah. I guess, yeah, maybe, kind of feel like you got a compliment in a way.
Rock star.
That's true. There'd probably be a little something like that.
He was the rock star of the building, yes. Wang must have been for Mr. Lee to devise such a plan. All right, now real quick, this one here is for Smashley. Josh has been sitting on this story since May. This happened in May, but he wanted to wait until we were a little closer to your due date to dump this one on you.
We were thinking of waiting even longer, but I wasn't even sure if you'd make it through the weekend, to be honest. So we better jump on this because you're due on the 22nd?
Yes.
And you think it's going to be earlier than that?
Yes. My prediction was 37 weeks, and that's this Friday. So we'll see.
It says here, what's your due date?
The 22nd.
This is what we were waiting to spring on you. Experts have predicted that on August 22nd, a woman in the Midwest will give birth to the spawn of Satan.
No.
I'm kidding. Did you see the video of the television news anchor who stayed on air even after her water splashed?
No, I missed that.
So I think what Josh is saying is if your water breaks while we're sitting here doing our stupid radio show, that doesn't instantly mean you just get to take off and go to the hospital. You've got a job to do.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
You got to stay.
Don't forget that. You've got responsibilities to your coworkers and the company.
And also, by the way, I am the only person here that's read our company handbook. Any idea you have while working for Cumulus Media belongs to Cumulus Media. Same thing happens if you give birth in some of their properties. That child now belongs to Cumulus Media.
And we name him Kumi.
Gosh, no.
Yeah, he's going to have a radio name.
No.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, do I get anything cool, though? Like how if somebody has their baby on, 7-Eleven, they get, free Slurpees for a year?
We'll get you a bumper sticker.
Yeah.
So this gal back in May, a television news anchor from a station called CBS 6 in Albany, New York. Her name is Olivia. Her water busted loose on her off air. She started to feel some contractions, but when it was time to go live again, she stayed at her news desk in front of the cameras and continued delivering the television news for 3 more hours.
We do have some breaking news this morning. Literally.
Yes.
Olivia's water has broke.
That's
and
right.
she is anchoring the news now in active labor.
Early labor.
Her decision to stay on the desk, by the way.
Well, I'm happy to be here, and I'll stay on the desk for as long as I possibly can. But if I disappear...
We're so happy for you. She's 2 days overdue, so she wants this baby out.
Girl, this must not be her first baby.
No, I was just going to say
You're wrong.
Also,
wow. I knew it. I knew someone would...
It is considered active labor if your water breaks. It's active labor, babe.
Well, she has set the bar high now, hasn't she?
What?
Staying at work, staying on air. She told viewers, I'll stay on the desk as long as I possibly can, but if I disappear, that's what's going on. My water has broken, and I'm in labor. This was her first baby. I knew someone would say, well, this is probably her 3rd or 4th kid, so she's an old pro. She can handle it. No, it was her first baby.
I wonder if she was just in that state, because I can see myself being like this, and I'm afraid that I'm going to be. It's once it starts to happen, you're kind of in denial in a way. No, this isn't happening right now. I'm not ready for this.
Well, she was very upfront with what was going on. You heard her say, I'm in early labor. She looked completely under control. She had the option of leaving, of course, but she told the local papers who asked her about it after the fact, she said she would rather be at work than just nervously sitting around at the hospital. In the end, she pressed out a baby boy that she named Gwar, which I think is awesome.
That is pretty cool.
That she named
No, she did not.
No, she named her baby Quincy.
That's cute.
Like former Golden Gopher basketball sharpshooter all-timer Quincy Lewis.
Call them Q. I like that.
What up, Q?
Yeah, no, I'm probably going to head out if that happens,
I'm not trying to guilt you or anything, but Nick watched a guy pass a kidney stone, which is pretty much the same thing as having a baby. And he stayed.
Oh!
No, I've got to... usually you follow, they claim, some people do, that you follow whatever your mother did. And my mom, all of her babies took a little bit to come out. But then you hear the stories of women who like their water breaks and baby's here within like an hour or two. And I just, no. I've got a specific hospital I got to go to, you guys. I've got my birth plan. I have to follow my birth plan.
Here's a guy texting in, or a gal, I'm not sure, who says his mother finished her game of bowling after her water broke.
That's pretty awesome.
Was she on a hot streak? Yeah.
She must have been.
It was her third game of bowling. She wanted to finish the game. Oh, what did she just look like? She had peed her pants the entire final game there?
Yeah, sometimes it doesn't just, or actually, usually it doesn't just all come out at once.
Duh.
It's like a little bit, then a little bit more, and then some more.
I always pictured like I've peed my pants like that. I always picture it was like a bucket just pouring out.
Like the movies?
Yeah.
So for some women, they get that. But actually, a lot of women, their water doesn't even break. Like they end up doing it in the hospital. And I'm like, that's lame. I want it to be like the movies, like a dramatic scene.
Now, Josh, all I can think about is that sumbitch whose kidneys gave way on him while we were on the air. God, that was the greatest day. Up until you and I started broadcasting together, Josh, that was the best day of my career. The most enjoyable, most memorable day of my career.
And you said he was miserable.
Oh,
right?
let me just give you I know you've heard the story before. Well, some of you have. Just it went from this. The guy kept doing this on air. And we had to say, well, what's going on over there? God, my back hurts. It's my lower back just hurts. 15 minutes later. Oh, God. Oh, man. God. Oh. Fast forward a half hour.
Wait! Ow! I'm sorry, it hurts. Okay. All right. Ow!
When we said, dude, do you think we should call an ambulance?
Oh, no.
Oh, it was effing hilarious.
Poor guy.
No, I think I'll be all right. I think it's all right. Next thing you know, hauling him off on a gurney. He's just as white as a sheet.
I wish I would have been
God,
here.
it was awesome.
Fun Size Jesus said she worked all day while actively having contractions every 5 to 10 minutes. She was in denial.
Yep.
Well, there you go. All right.
That's so funny. There's been plenty of times where I've had like really bad Braxton Hicks contractions, and I'm just like, nope, this is fine. Everything's fine.
That's not right, the whole childbirth process.
It's really not. I think about it every day, and I'm like, I know people give it attention. They're aware of what happens, but I mean, it's mind blowing what is going on. Like a human being, I can just create a baby in my belly and then feed that baby with my body. That's nuts.
Well, just the whole everything that has to go right to get pregnant. You know, if you've gone through fertility issues, you certainly know. I mean, they educate you on it. It's incredible that it ever happened.
It blows my mind. I can't get over it every day.
After we saw you yesterday, my wife and I, last night, she brought you up again about, what you're going through, and my God, and I know absolutely nothing about childbirth. Not a thing. I mean, except for the bare basics.
Yeah.
So she explained to me, my wife explained to me last night what the umbilical cord does, and I had no idea, and she was very embarrassed. I had no idea. I thought it just connected you.
Keeps the baby in there?
To your baby.
Yeah.
So they don't fall out?
So when a baby comes out, it doesn't just hit the ground. That's what I thought an umbilical cord was.
Just like a bungee cord.
Like a leash.
Yeah, like a leash. And when she explained to me what it did, I was ready to puke, and she was embarrassed. My wife couldn't. She put her hand over her face like, I can't believe you're 53 years old and you have no... I said, I don't know. This is not my game. I know nothing about...
Yeah, why would you know? I had a friend that her husband thought that it was connected to connected to the baby's belly button, but then also on the inside, it was connected to the mom's belly button. So they're like their belly buttons are tied together. No. Why would that be the case?
I didn't know until a few years ago that they swim around in their own pee. I mean, it makes sense, but I never considered that.
Yeah, and they drink it.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Why would you do that? Why would you allow your baby to swim around and drink his own pee?
It's tough to diaper them in there.
Yeah.
From what
you mean while they're in the mother?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant
like when they come out?
I thought you meant after it, when a baby is, finally out and rolling around the room, he likes to drink his own pee.
You got to rub their own pee on them. Yeah.
All right, we got to get through. Let's get through this one before we move on. Chinese folks, again with the Chinese people. I think this is our second story this morning that has popped up from China. They had a funny gimmick going on over there at a hotel. But they had to kill this bit. Let me tell you where I'm going with this. A hotel in China was ordered to cancel a service they had been offering to folks who stayed there. The deal was, see if you can follow this, the hotel would send red pandas into your room in the morning if you ordered a wake-up call.
Cute. I love red pandas.
And the pandas would jump up into the bed with you and tear at you until you came to. Would you want one of those things jumping up, Josh, and peeing in your hair and whatnot when you're just coming out of a deep sleep?
Yeah, I definitely would do that.
You would do that?
Yeah, for
I
sure.
love that. No hesitation.
Absolutely.
The hotel is called the Leihe Lidu Lingjiang Holiday Hotel, if you're headed in that direction anytime soon. The Leihe Lidu Lingjiang Holiday Hotel. By damn, the local DNR, though, they stepped in and they ordered the hotel to cut this out with the red panda morning attack bit, because the red pandas are a protected species and you should be more careful with the little bastards, they said. We can't be... The hotel had become very popular because of the red panda wake-up call routine. Hotel officials said there are 4 red pandas living in the joint, and they would take turns doing the wake-up call bit. But the DNR said they considered this animal abuse. Because red pandas are sensitive and easily stressed.
Oh, no.
And that could endanger them, or it could endanger a sleeping human being. One of the red pandas could flip its lid, the DNR said, and pull an artery out of your thigh and watch you bleed out. So it's all over. No more red pandas hopping into the fart sack with you if you ordered a wake-up call and they bat you around the bed and you roll around with the... Well, I say this. If they want to stay with the bit, Josh, just go to a dog shelter and get some damn puppies. I mean, they might pee in your hair, too, but they're not going to kill anyone.
Or what about the red panda?
Oh,
she wheels in on her unicycle whenever she recovers.
I would love to meet her.
Wakes you up.
That'd be so awesome.
Any time of day, I'd like to meet the red panda. Go ahead and...
Yeah, puppies would be great, or kittens.
Get a closed basket full of puppies or kittens and just dump it on the poor bastard laying in bed.
I'm not getting up for a while, though, if you do something like that.
Oh, you're going to want to snuggle?
Yeah.
Okay, good point.
Just rolling back and forth.
Yeah, you're right. That's true. That would put you back to sleep.
Puppies, the puppies start dumping little soft turds into the covers.
Yeah.
Like you don't even care. You just...
No.
Yeah, maybe you'd need something scary to get out of bed, like a crocodile, where you don't want to stick around.
Sports on the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Mauricio's last start came Tuesday against the Angels. He went 1 for 3.
I'm going to put a hot dog. Get that guy a hot dog so he can chew on something and shut up.
Keith Hernandez had a decent line for a heckler Friday night. The Mets were playing in San Francisco, and a Giants fan could be heard quite clearly heckling Mets third baseman Ronnie Mauricio when he was at the plate. The heckler screamed after Mauricio took a swing and fouled the baseball off. The heckler screamed, "That was a weak swing!" And I guess Hernandez thought this guy needed to keep it down. Hernandez said, "Give that guy a hot dog so he can chew on something and shut up." Mauricio did come away with a base hit in that at-bat. Yeah, Keith Hernandez, he's not nearly as funny as everyone says he is, but he does a pretty good job. You ever notice that, Josh? Any sound that Keith Hernandez makes, it's on a website the following day.
That is true.
I'm friggin' tired of it, but that was a great line on his. I'll give him credit for that one. Sorry to blow up. Announcers did have some trouble over the weekend. There was a Padres announcer who got caught on television picking his nose. It was kind of a rough weekend for announcers. It looked like he might have put it in his mouth, too. Did you see the video, Josh?
Yeah, well, he definitely picked his nose. I did the mouth part. I did.
Okay, I may have been seeing things.
I mean, and because I was wondering too if eventually that happened, and I read an article saying it didn't make it into the mouth.
Okay, good.
But at first I thought in the video, I'm like, well, he's just kind of scratching it. But then towards the end, he was warming it up. Towards the end, he went up there.
It's embarrassing.
Yeah, poor guy's caught on TV.
Picking your nose. He didn't know he was on television. The Twins were pretty much pumped in the second and third games of their series over the weekend at home against the Washington Nationals. Things aren't looking good for the Twins. Yesterday, Ichiro Suzuki, Billy Wagner, CeCe Sabathia, and posthumously, Dick Allen and Dave Parker went into the Baseball Hall of Fame. I enjoyed watching a little bit of that yesterday. We'll cover all of this and much more with Randy Shaver and Brad Ryder here in about a half hour. But don't go nowhere. Josh's News is coming up next.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Hey, podcast pals. It's Dana from the Half-Assed Morning Show. As always, we appreciate you checking on the podcast, and it's all brought to you by our friends at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. The July heat means it's officially swass and crotch soup season. Gross! It also means our AC units are being put to the test. I recently went through an issue myself, and I was so happy to have my friends at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning in my corner. They gave me real options, didn't make me feel like a dummy for not knowing a single thing about HVAC systems, and let me choose what worked best for my home and my budget. No pressure, just comfort my way. Enjoy the show, thanks for listening, and stay cool this summer with Standard.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy. Just drop in some details about yourself and see if you're eligible to save money when you bundle your home and auto policies. The process only takes minutes, and it could mean hundreds more in your pocket. Visit Progressive.com after this episode to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
The No Contest Wrestling Podcast.
I am the heel that you love to hate, O'Shea Jackson Jr. TJ Jefferson, what up?
Friends of the show are really wanting to engage with this podcast.
From AJ Francis.
They were like, we just want you to cause a ruckus. So I went out there, did my own version of a pipe bomb, and it went everywhere.
Wrestling royalty right here. Mick Foley, anything that you're glad that it's gone?
Well, glad the chair shots to the head are gone.
The No Contest Wrestling Podcast, part of the Rich Eisen Podcast Network.
Can you tell them where to find
us? Yeah, follow and listen on your favorite platform.
The Half-Assed Morning Show, 93X.
What's important is that we learn when we have these types of incidents, and then we fill the holes, so to speak. We then improve and fix what went wrong so we can learn from that.
Maybe it's the heat, but Minnesotans have been acting a lot more like they're from Florida than the frozen north lately.
Florida?
This is the first of 3 bizarre and unfortunately Florida man-style stories from right here at home. A naked man was found in the Senate chamber of the Minnesota Capitol Friday. According to reports, he was described as disrobed and making statements suggesting he believed he was the governor. Capitol security discovered him nude. He was escorted off the premises and taken to Regions for evaluation before being released. The next morning, he returned to the Capitol grounds, but not inside the building this time.
Had he forgotten something in there? Or?
Well, he's the governor. He's got work to do.
Oh!
Once again, he got a ride to Regions and once again was released. Then, just before 7:30 p.m. Saturday, the Minnesota State Patrol said the 36-year-old showed up a third time, at which point they decided he's not going to learn a lesson, and he was arrested.
Enough already. Wandering around there in the nude.
Maybe we'd have, I wonder what, if someday there'll be a nudist governor of some state.
Yeah, maybe the man had some good ideas, some good policies.
Yeah, ask him if he has some suggestions. Maybe he could run things.
Isn't that something?
A Minnesota man's facing murder charges after shooting and killing a woman because he believed she was an alien. Officers were called to a home about 5:15 a.m. Wednesday following reports of a shooting. When they arrived, they found a 70-year-old woman, suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. Before she died, she told officers the man had called her and said he needed some help, so she went to his house. Police later found him in a neighboring home where he broke in after that shooting. According to the criminal complaint, he reportedly had been drinking the night before and woke up another person in the house who later called 911. He was talking about aliens and claimed he thought the woman was one of them, and when she arrived, he opened fire.
Christ's sake.
Very sad. A driver in Minneapolis was arrested after being caught with stolen government plates, and his explanation was something straight out of a spy movie for crazy people. Officers were patrolling Lindale Avenue when their automatic license plate reader flagged a vehicle using some stolen government plates. They pulled the car over and asked the driver a pretty straightforward question. Do you work for the U.S. government? In response, the driver reportedly told police he was on a secret mission, and it was classified, otherwise he'd fill them in.
I love that bit.
Understandably skeptical, they decided to dig a little deeper. Unsurprisingly, it turned out the man wasn't working for the government. He was taken into custody for possession of stolen property and trying to hide it.
I dig that move. Hey, I'd tell you everything if I could, but I can't.
Hey, guys, I'm just one of you. I'm in a secret mission.
Working for the government, bro.
Do spies say secret mission? They don't say secret mission.
In the movies, they do sometimes, Josh. I've never met a spy in real life.
That's probably one of the first rules of being a spy is don't let anybody know you're a spy.
Yeah.
A Boston family is pretty freaked out after discovering a stranger broke into their condo and made herself right at home while they were out for the evening. It was the homeowner's brother-in-law who caught the woman in the act of stopping by the home Saturday night. The intruder managed to get away, but not before stealing several items, including handbags, jewelry, and an engagement ring. But what's especially strange, police said, was there was no obvious signs of forced entry, so it's still unclear how she got into that locked condo. It was later learned the suspect had just been arrested the day before for another attempted break-in. Boston police said she tried to kick the back door open just a street over. The homeowner told officers that he saw the woman on his patio attempting to hide under a grill cover.
That's awesome.
Nothing but a Weber over here. Back at the condo, it was revealed the intruder did a little of everything.
They had taken a bath, they had taken a shower, gone through all our medicine cabinets, slept in our bed, watched TV, ate our food.
She even got into some self-tanner, which we've recently learned can be used as emergency lube in a workplace orgy. And she smeared it everywhere.
Found like self-tanner somewhere that I once bought and put that on everywhere. Ruined all the towels, all the sheets. She took both a bath and a shower, which, I don't even know if I've done that in my own house in one night.
Home invasions and theft are bad enough, the resident said, but it's hard to feel sympathy when someone's walking around wearing your engagement ring. According to Boston police, the suspect was rearrested Tuesday after a warrant was issued for the most recent break-in.
Oh, self-tanner gets everywhere, too. I'd be so stressed out.
Is that a problem?
Yeah, it stains like they're never getting that out. That'd be the worst part for me.
Yeah, my wife.
The stains that are left behind, you can never forget about this person now.
No.
Yeah, she said they had to throw pretty much everything out. My wife's used that before, and our bed turned orange.
Oh.
Yeah, you have to be very careful.
Love may build a home, but heartbreak apparently brings in the bulldozers. In Lake County, Florida, one unlucky house and an equally unfortunate Ford Expedition fell victim to what appears to be a truly earth-moving act of revenge, with all signs pointing to a woman scorned.
Somebody's really ticked off at somebody. Yeah, something. Obviously, it was done on purpose.
Deputies responded to a call about vandalism about 7 a.m. Friday. It appeared both sides of the residence were struck by heavy equipment, authorities said, but there was no machinery anywhere in sight. A Ford Expedition on the property had also taken a beating. Its roof smashed, windows shattered, all consistent with the same kind of damage.
Somebody has smashed it to pieces, and the car that's parked outside is also smashed.
What was left behind, though, was hard to miss, because the biggest clue wasn't the destruction, it was the decoration. Spray painted across the debris a man's name, along with a message that left little to the imagination. You effed with the wrong girl.
What?
As of Friday night, no one had been charged for the heavy equipment vandalism, but police are investigating.
Well, he's got to have some idea, right? Unless
they think they know exactly who it is, yeah. They're pretty sure who it is.
Unless he's just a world-class pimp who's pissed off multiple women.
If heartbreak brings in the bulldozers, then jealousy apparently brings out the jewelry. Police in Arkansas arrested a high school science teacher after she tried to test the limits of human ingestion by forcing an earring into her boyfriend's mouth.
Oh, forcing an earring into his mouth.
Yeah, tried to cram it right down there.
To kill him? To choke him?
Just because she was mad. I don't think she had intended to kill him.
Huh.
Although she did do some other stuff.
Oh.
When he refused to participate in her unorthodox lab experiment, she took a stab at more of a direct method by stabbing him literally in the neck with it. Just after 4:30 a.m. last Monday, 43-year-old Stephanie Woods and her younger 37-year-old boyfriend got into an argument over her, quote, talking about other men.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Some people are sensitive about that.
Yeah. During the fight, she reportedly grabbed an earring and demonstrated the penetrating power of kinetic energy by stabbing him in the neck just below the right ear.
Well, god dang.
The man told officers the earring stud actually broke off and got stuck in his neck, and he had to pull it out himself.
Ow.
Woods later told police she was just trying to put the earrings in his mouth during the argument and reportedly tried to force him to swallow it.
Woods is held on suspicion of domestic battery in the 3rd degree.
According to the Greene County Tech School District's website, Woods works as a high school science teacher, but that employment is likely to end real soon.
Yeah, she stabbed somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
An Argentinian cop caught naked in his yard by a Google Street View camera just won $12,500 in court, with the judge writing, "No one wants to appear exposed to the world as the day they were born." The officer sued Google, claiming that the company harmed his dignity when its vehicle snapped a picture of him with his hog behind the 6.5-foot wall at his home in a small Argentine town in 2017. He argued that in addition to his bare butt, the house number and the street name were visible and widely shared on social media, causing him ridicule among colleagues and neighbors, as you can imagine.
Oh, that sucks.
A court last year dismissed claims and blamed him for walking around in inappropriate conditions in his yard. Google maintained the wall just wasn't high enough, but the appeals court found his dignity was flagrantly violated and ordered Google to pay up. He wasn't photographed in a public space, but within his own home and behind a fence taller than the average human, the court said.
Uh-oh.
Google typically blurs out license plates and faces in its Street View images, but the judges noted it was not his face that was visible, but his entire naked body, an image that should have also been prevented.
He won that deal, huh?
Yeah.
Good for him.
$12,500.
Took a while to get there, but...
Yeah, it did. But yeah, I guess the precinct was not very kind to him when that came out.
Oh, I bet he just got lit up.
A 12-year
making fun of his pecker and whatnot?
Yeah, making fun of everything.
Oh, no.
A 12-year veteran of the Lakeland, Florida Police Department was arrested last week after investigators said he made up a story about how his patrol car got damaged. 42-year-old Michael Hayes told detectives while he was out driving his squad, 3 kids threw some sort of object at it, shattering that back window.
Unbelievable the way these kids operate.
Yeah, can you imagine?
Yeah.
The parents? Come on. He said he tried to turn around and catch up with them, and in the process ran over a small sign, damaging the front of his vehicle. But something about that story didn't sit right. Investigators later uncovered a photo taken nearly 24 hours earlier, clearly showing the back window already broken. When they confronted him, he admitted he actually believed his own child might have accidentally broken it with a baseball and panicked, unsure of how to handle it.
What, dude?
Which is strange, considering Hayes works in the property crimes unit.
Mm-hmm.
From that point forward, he couldn't explain the damage to the vehicle, the department said in a statement. Now, Hayes is facing a misdemeanor charge for falsely reporting a crime.
Well, that's really friggin' silly.
How weird.
He didn't want the neighborhood to know that his kid sucks at baseball.
Yes.
He's going to cover that up. How silly. That was just an innocent mistake that anybody would have easily understood.
Yeah, I can't imagine. I mean, if you just say, obviously I'm going to pay for that, no harm done.
Huh.
A 21-year-old woman was arrested after causing a scene at Miami International Airport, claiming she had a bomb and demanding an evacuation of women and children while insisting the men stay behind.
Dang.
Around
Ruthless.
5:51 a.m., July 1st, police were called to the JetBlue ticket counter after reports a woman was saying she had a bomb in her carry-on. Witnesses told officers that Aaliyah Evans was loudly claiming there was a bomb in her bag, even holding up her phone to show a countdown timer on the screen.
It's just like her regular clock timer.
That's all it was. She was reportedly shouting things like, "I need children and women to leave, but the men to stay." And I'll save you some text. Words Josh has heard his mother bellow hundreds of times from her busy bedroom. Police say Evans dropped her bag in front of the counter and tried to push her way through the crowd toward a security checkpoint. A TSA manager, joined by a few Customs and Border Protection agencies, eventually stepped in and brought her reign of ridiculous to an end. Just another entry into the ever-growing catalog of childish public meltdowns we've gotten way too used to over the past 5 years. A bomb squad and canine unit were called in to inspect her bag and search Evans, but the only thing that was ticking was her, as no explosives turned up.
I don't know about you, but when she says men must stay, I'm out of there before she completes that sentence.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't have heard it by then.
No.
On this day in 1896, speaking of Miami, the city of Miami was officially incorporated with a total population of 260 people. Fast forward to today, and according to the latest census, Miami is home to just under 456,000 people, most of whom appear to be powered by a potent stew of bath salts, cocaine, and crocodile.
Yep.
One of the worst cities I've ever been to.
I've never been to Miami.
Oh, it sucked. I stayed, I think it was only like one night and a half a day because it was a layover situation, and it sucked.
It was bad even in that amount of time?
Yeah, it's just,
I drove through it once, Josh, and in that short amount of time, I saw some things that frightened me.
It has a reputation.
Yeah, but you know what? Here's something that Florida does have going for them. They are the state of hockey.
That's true.
A 47-year-old Delta pilot who tried going bottle to throttle was arrested in Stockholm after failing a random breath test just before takeoff. The U.S.-based pilot was preparing to fly Delta Flight 205, a 9-hour transatlantic journey to New York Tuesday, when Swedish authorities swooped in about 9:15 a.m. and whisked her away on suspicion of drunkenness. The flight was canceled, leaving 98 passengers stranded, and Delta potentially on the hook for up to $69,000, a very nice amount of compensation. According to police, the pilot's blood alcohol level wasn't significantly high, but even a whiff over the FAA's strict .04 limit is enough to ground a career faster than you can say Swedish meatball. If convicted, the pilot could lose her license and face up to 2 years in Swedish prison, where inmates must assemble their own minimalist, moderately priced furniture. I don't know if you knew that or not.
No.
The FAA advises pilots allow a buffer of 12 to 14 hours between their last drink and taking to the skies.
Sounds like she had a long night prior.
I guess, yeah, it's 9:15 in the morning, and she's still blowing past the legal limit there. But they got her. They got her. Random test got her.
I remember when a friend of mine got pinched, not for a DWI, just, I think, drunk and disorderly, kind of fighting, like a sidewalk street fight. And they weren't allowed to be released the next morning until they were under the legal limit. And it took till about 1 in the afternoon for that.
Oh, man.
Oh, it was terrible.
That happened to a buddy of mine, too, and it took him a long time, and then it became a holiday. So he had to stay in there for an extra day.
Oh, that sucks.
Yep.
Oh, that's too bad.
Can't get out now. It's Christmas.
Yep.
No one's here to let you out. Former hockey great and longtime friend of the 93X brother and sisterhood, Zach Parisi, is 41 today.
Did Zachy turn 41?
Sure did. Happy second anniversary to Short and Stout Jesus and her husband, Brady. Shout out to Papa Smurf Jesus tuning in this morning, and that's 93X News.
You know, I think it's every man's dream to have his dink be a source of peace in the midst of chaos, and massive appreciation of that dude and his huge knob.
Randy Shaver on the Half-Assed Morning Show.
Downwind you can get onto this green, but Scheffler. What are you laughing about? There's so much to say about that shot. The sound off the clock face. It's extraordinary. Let's stick to the golf.
I'm trying to remember what hole it was. I think it was the 17th. Did you fart?
Oh, yeah, that was me. You're out there for like 6 hours. Like you're eating some different food over there. Some stuff's going to happen. Like, you never know when the boom mic's there. You never know what they're going to pick up.
All right, here we go with Randy Shaver and Brad Ryder. Hello, boys.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Randy Shaver and Brad Ryder, both of them on the telephone line this morning. Scotty Scheinbach, the dude who won the British Open golf tournament a week or so ago. Remember the loud, disgusting fart that made it on television during the tournament?
Scheffler.
Right.
Scheinbach says it was him, and he comes off as if he's proud of himself. Have some class.
Why not? We've all been there.
Just blame it on the dog like the rest of us do. That's just gross. That's just friggin' gross. I know there was a golf tournament over the weekend here in town. Did anybody survive this damn thing? It was 111 degrees all weekend.
So hot.
Yeah, it was uncomfortable. Ashley, did you end up going? I ended up going out.
I ended up having some work gigs to do, so I couldn't make it out there.
Brad, you punked out because of the heat?
Yeah, well, it was fun for a while. Yeah, I mean, obviously it was a little hot and challenging.
Wait a minute. So you went or you did not go?
I did go.
You did go.
I did go. Yeah.
But you didn't stick around long.
Well, I didn't stick around as long as I thought I was going to, but...
Well, why would you? It was 100 degrees.
It would have been nice being in one of those suites. Yeah, because they keep those nice and air-conditioned, but...
I got a call late yesterday afternoon from my neighbor. I wasn't at the cabin this weekend, but I got a call from my neighbor yesterday afternoon that there was some really, really bad damage out here, so I drove out here last night, and they were not wrong. Some really, really bad storm damage out here last night.
Where's out here?
Out near Wilmer, Spicer, New London. My cabin, my boat lift is destroyed. My neighbor's docks are gone.
Oh my God!
Got about 3 or 4 big trees down. So it's pretty bad.
Oh, that
Sorry
sucks.
to hear that, Brad.
My pontoon's damaged, so yeah.
Well, what the hell?
Wow.
That sucks.
Yeah, it's a crappy way to start the week.
Yeah.
Yeah, having to drive out here last. But my guys on Nickham are all over it already.
I bet they are.
Oh, good.
Everything got effed up at the cabin, huh, Brad? Yeah, those were some rollers that came through town. There were some friggin' rollers, that's for sure.
You're not going to convince me there wasn't a tornado right here. Yes.
Well, I mean, the big question, Brad, is are all the sex toys and sex swings, are they okay?
Secondary concern, but I'll check those later.
Yeah. Go give it a look.
It's going to be pretty embarrassing if that stuff ended up in the neighbor's yard.
Yeah, it could be strewn all over.
Big tree from my neighbor's property landed literally, I don't know why it landed at the angle it did. Thank goodness it did. Landed about 2 feet from my cabin. If it would have landed 2 feet more to the left, I would have had a sleeping partner last night in the tree.
Boy, you got some problems over there, Brad Ryder.
Yeah.
Hard to deny that gimp mask belongs to you when it says Brad right on the forehead. Bejeweled. Have you seen it, Josh? It's bejeweled.
I haven't.
It says Brad.
Sounds beautiful.
So everyone knows who's under the mask.
Iron Range Jesus has checked in and said he'll be fixing storm damage all day and called it easy money.
Is that right?
Easy money.
Oh, yeah.
I was reading earlier that Excel said 75,000 people in the Twin Cities are without power, at least earlier this morning.
Yeah, when I saw that, I was like, oh, maybe there's no power at work. And then I remembered we have a stupid generator.
Yeah, it doesn't always work, though.
Well, they fixed it.
They did?
There's some tree removal companies out this way that are going to be busy for a long time.
Oh, yeah, you'll be hearing chainsaws for a while.
Tell us what you know about chainsaws, Josh.
Oh, they'll skin your ass.
You might just be hearing one right now. My neighbor just fired his up. My neighbor just walked outside and fired his up. You're going to be hearing his pretty soon.
Well, you should get your leaf blower going then at the same time.
There's a leaf blower guy.
There were some keepers that rolled through, no question about it. Sorry to hear about your bad luck, Brad Ryder. Everything getting tossed all over town. So, the golf tournament over the weekend, you guys were all fired up about it. Right here in town, it says here a feller by the name of Kurt Kitayama won the 3M Open. Does that do anything for anybody?
Yeah, I think the tournament was fine. It was well run and good and everything, but I think the one thing that was probably lacking, what they would probably admit, is they didn't have a lot. The bigger names that were here were not really in contention, so it was maybe harder for, if you were a casual viewer, to maybe stay involved a little bit because you didn't recognize a lot of the
Randy Shaver, did you make it to the 3M Open?
I did not. No. I was in Iowa over the weekend, so didn't get back until later in the afternoon yesterday.
You went to go see the Iowegian Shavers.
I went to go see the The youngest son and his wife, yes. This weekend.
Oh, well, that's awful nice. For you golf dorks, and we can wrap this up now, and trust me, I don't want to be here any longer than I have to. But I figured we started with the Scotty Scheinbach's fart, and then I know there was a tournament in town, and I figured you guys would, want to talk about that. One more little golf note here. A minor league golfer, I'd never heard that said before. The minor league golf tour, according to the story, I wouldn't know. I'm taking the story's word for it. A kid by the name of Cam Starr playing in some event in Las Vegas. He pulled off a rare trick a day or two ago. Something that it says here has only ever happened once in a PGA Tour event, and that is he had 2 albatrosses in one round of golf.
That's impressive.
Good for him.
Are you excited about that, Randy?
You'll have to tell me what an albatross is.
An albatross, I believe, is it's when you get a 2 on a par 5, I believe,
That's
or
correct.
a 1, a 1 on a par 4.
Yep.
Yeah.
In golf, an albatross, also known as a double eagle, is a score of 3 strokes under par on a single hole.
Yeah. Okay.
And you used an example already, I think, Brad Ryder, on a par 5 hole, an albatross would be a 2.
You knock it in 2. Wow.
Completing a 5 par hole in 2 strokes. So this is
crazy work.
This is according to the article. The odds of a professional golfer scoring an albatross are 1 in a million.
Oh.
Much rarer than holes in one. So the odds of a professional golfer having 2 albatrosses in one round of golf, that's 1 in 1 million times 1 in 1 million, which puts the chances at 1 in 1 trillion.
Dang.
Yeah.
Save that golf ball.
I was about to say that those are a lot more rare than holes in one, and to get 2 in 1 round is just crazy.
It's just because the yardage is so longer. It's just...
Yeah.
Former PGA Tour golfer Jeff Maggart pulled this off in a tour event in the year 2000, then won. That is the only known instance of it happening in competition. And this Cam Starr, in the JV League, he did it twice in 1 round of golf.
Can you hear my neighbor?
Huh?
Can you hear my neighbor?
No.
No, your phone's doing a good job.
What are you doing to the neighbor?
Well, he's literally right outside my window, 5 feet away with the chainsaw. So.
No.
Got good windows, I guess.
Watch your ass.
Okay.
Watch your ass. The Twins were pretty much pumped in the second and third games of their series over the weekend at home against the Washington Nationals, so they've lost all 3 of their series since the All-Star break. They were outscored 16-5 over the weekend by a team with the second worst record in the National League. Pretty embarrassing. Tonight they begin their last series before the trade deadline. 3 games at home versus Boston. So this is the week where we should see some guys packing their bags and headed out of town. At least I think that's the vibe going around, isn't it, boys?
It is.
So.
Yeah.
Sell anything that's not bolted down.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the main players to watch are Griffin Jacks and Duran. I think those 2 guys are the most likely of all their big names. Joe Ryan is a possibility, but it would take a major haul to get him out of here. And there's a couple of the veteran guys,
Willie Castro,
yeah. And Bader, lesser, big name trades if possible. But yeah, I think Duran and Jacks are the coveted players.
I'm now even seeing Pablo Lopez's name thrown around.
Mm-hmm. Well,
you're probably not going to get quite as much for him because he's coming off of an injury. So you're going to sell lower if you're going to sell him.
Mm-hmm. I don't think he's due to come back until later next month, maybe. So
I'd like to. I mean, if you feel like you can get, I'm not saying trade Joe Ryan, but if you feel like you can get a really, really good, strong package for him, he's not off the table either. I mean,
well, I suppose nobody should be considered off the table because it's been one of those years. Here we go.
But the problem is if you trade Joe Ryan and you don't have someone in AAA ready to go to be your stopper in the rotation, and you don't get a quality guy in return, you've got a big hole to fill.
Yes, you do.
In your rotation.
Well, you're going to have to get multiple people in return for
As far as Joan Duran and Griffin Jacks go, I read that the Dodgers have wanted to trade for both of those sumbitches for a few days now, but they say the Twins are asking for too much in return.
Well, good.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
Too much in return.
It's usually a bad sign to me when teams trade people 2 or 3 days before the trade deadline. To me, it gives off signals like you could have waited another day or two and maybe gotten a better deal.
Yeah. If I'm the Twins, I'm going to stand pat and make them give more before I give up those guys. So
It could be an interesting week for the Twins. Yesterday, Ichiro Suzuki, Billy Wagner, CC Sabathia, and posthumously Dick Allen and Dave Parker went into the Baseball Hall of Fame. I watched a little bit of the program. I love that program. Every year.
I heard Ichiro was very good.
I saw him make a cute joke. I don't know if you have audio of the joke, Josh. If you remember, I think I have the gimmick correctly. There was only one baseball writer who did not vote Ichiro into the Hall of Fame. You know, he came very close to being unanimous, but missed it by one baseball writer, and Ichiro went after the prick.
3,000 hits or 262 hits in one season are achievements recognized by the writers. Well, all but one of you. And by the way, the offer for that writer to have dinner at my home has now expired.
I love him.
Not quite as funny as what he said about the squirrels and the hot weather in Kansas City, but I did not see all of his speech. I understand Ichiro, he's still just kind of warming up to English. He's preferred his whole career. He's preferred to communicate through a translator. He sounds pretty good for a guy who's just warming up to it.
American expression.
August in Kansas City, it's hotter than 2 rats in a fucking wolf sock.
Greatest line in baseball history. CC Sabathia was driving to Cooperstown for his induction, and his damn car broke down.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Obviously, he made it on time, but he and his family were SOL on the side of the road, just like us regular jackasses.
and that's not an easy place to get to.
No.
Town is not so
one road in and one road out.
Yeah. So if you get stranded somewhere out there in New York heading to Cooperstown, you might not be found for a while, too.
Yeah, he posted a picture on Twitter after they broke down, and there was a caption that said, "Car broke down on the way to Cooperstown. Anyone headed that way?" So I don't know who picked him up.
God, that'd be funny. You're driving in with your family. There's CC Sabathia on the side of the road.
Hey, I'm not picking him up.
Yeah, you're not.
Nope.
And Dana, you don't have enough room in your car, so you leave a couple of family
Yeah, he had like 6 people with him. There's a lot of folks.
Yeah.
I'm not picking him up because of what he did with the New York Yankees. If he had only played for Cleveland his entire career, I would have picked him up.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe.
I'm not picking up any former Yankees. No way. A first baseman over the weekend for the Sacramento Athletics that I assume most folks have never heard of. He goes by the... I'm sorry, Randy?
I said I have.
Well,
He's a player,
Josh,
man.
make sure you give Randy a cookie. He has heard of him. Goes by the name of Nick Kurtz. He came up with one of the greatest performances in baseball history Friday night playing against the Houston Astros. Kurtz went 6 for 6 in the game with 4 effing home runs. Test his piss immediately.
Oh, boy. That's home run. Are you kidding me? That's home run number 4. 4 home runs. He just passed Jimmy Fox for the all-time record in total bases. Got 19 total bases tonight. The previous A's record was 16 in a game, and that was in 1932.
That is absolutely out of this world, what he did on Friday night.
Did you watch the video, Nick?
I watched all of his home runs, yes.
He's got a great swing. Boy.
Never heard of the kid.
And he's super strong. He was called up, I want to say, in May, and he has been nothing but lights out. I think he's over 20 home runs already. I mean, he's just been ripping it up.
Out of this world, what he put together in one game. He went single, 2-run dong, double, solo dong, 3-run dong. He's 22 years old, finished the game with 6 runs scored, 8 RBIs. Just the 20th player in big league history to hit 4 home runs in a single game. The first rookie to ever do it.
The funny part is he probably would have been playing in Sacramento anyway as a AAA guy, but that's now their major league field for the next few years until the real field is built in Vegas. So he's going to be a star for the Vegas Athletics when they get to Las Vegas. He's going to be probably the guy. He and Jacob Wilson, the shortstop, will probably be the 2 guys that we will see them representing that team.
I'm hearing people talk about how this is the American League Rookie of the Year front runner now. This Nick Kurtz.
Absolutely.
I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw the highlights. Now you guys tell me, does it matter at all to you that he hit his 4th home run off a position player?
No,
No.
They don't ask how, they ask how many.
I was going to say the position player probably throws about 65 miles an hour, so it was probably more impressive that he could adjust to that.
19 total bases in the game. People say that hasn't happened in over 100 years. Sean Green is the only other big league player to go 6 for 6 with 4 home runs in a game. That was 23 years ago when Sean Green was playing for the Los Angeles Dodgers. That was just absolutely historic.
If I'm not mistaken, I think 3 of the 4 home runs were opposite field home runs, too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's he can hit the baseball all over the field. And he hits for a decent average, too. He's not just a big power hitting guy. So
he's got the nickname Big Amish?
Yeah, Big Amish.
Yep.
Oh, I didn't even...
He even did a butter churn little dance in after one of his home runs.
So cute.
Oh, I've never heard of the kid until Saturday. So that's his nickname, Big Amish. I love the nickname. That's a great nickname. The most recent guys to hit 4 home runs in a game, Eugenio Suarez. That was just this season for the Diamondbacks. J.D. Martinez for the Diamondbacks in 2017. Scooter Gennett for the Cincinnati Reds in 2017. Then you go Josh Hamilton, Carlos Delgado, Sean Green, Mike Cameron. Now we're into the 90s. Hard-hitting Mark Whitten hit 4 home runs in a ball game. I remember that one.
Yep.
In 1986, Bob Horner hit 4 home runs for the Atlanta Braves. In 76.
How about Dave Kingman? Didn't he hit 4?
He's not on the list, Randy Shaver.
Oh, I thought he did.
Mike Schmidt hit 4 in 1976, and you go back to Willie Mays. I mean, they're unbelievable. I will follow this Kurtz kid as best I can for the rest of the season.
Yep.
A lot of people were poking fun. Speaking of the Athletics, social media is just so ridiculous. Everyone out there is perfect, right? So
of course.
You have to constantly point out what everyone else is doing wrong with their lives. That's what social media is all about. Oh, don't turn the mirror around to focus on me. No. I'm here to point out everybody else's mistakes. This friggin' announcer for the Athletics had to make an apology on social media because so many douchebags and 8th graders were going after him. He lost a ball in the lights when a ball was hit, and it was a home run. He never saw it, so he made this kind of awkward home run call, and everybody wet their pants.
1-2 pitch. High in the air, deep to right. That ball is foul. Or gone.
That ball was absolutely launched. Law Dog posing him up at the dish. He knew it off the bat. It was just a matter of how far.
an A's batter by the name of Lawrence Butler hit that home run. And it wasn't anywhere near the foul pole. It just went directly into the right field seats. But Chris Carey, the lead announcer, he just lost it. So, I mean, it was an awkward call. That ball is foul, or he just didn't know. But I think it's ridiculous. The guy felt the need to apologize on social because so many people were going after him.
So ridiculous.
I was wondering about that, too, why everybody seems so upset. Like, it was an innocent mistake.
For God's sake. Cal Raleigh, how do you say his name? Big Dumper?
Yep.
Hit his 40th home run of the season on Saturday against the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim in the greater Orange County area. So he's the first player in baseball to hit the 40 home run mark this season. And also, with his 40th home run, he became both the first catcher and the first switch hitter in baseball history to reach the 40 home run mark before the end of July. Randy, how are you doing over here now that your Detroit Tigers are falling apart at the seams?
Well, I don't think they're falling apart at the seams. They're still 8 games ahead in the division.
They've lost 12 of their last 14 games.
And they're still 8 games ahead in the division.
That's nuts.
There's nobody else in this division doing anything to catch them.
I'm not. Yes, the Tigers are not playing well for sure. Their offense has been bad in the last 2 weeks, but they have such a cushion right now. And Brad's right. The rest of the division sucks.
Yeah.
So they may not have the overall best record when it's all said and done, but they're not going to give up the division lead. So
they held one of the best records in all of baseball before the All-Star break. Now they've lost 12 of their last 14 games. Yesterday they did beat Toronto. But before yesterday, they became the only team in the modern era to be outscored and out-hit by 50 or more hits and runs. They're getting murdered. I don't know. I think it'd be kind of fun to watch them completely fall on their face. Now, if they make the playoffs...
Well, that would be the exact opposite of what they did at the end of last year.
It's true.
Yeah. Stormed, won like 14 of their last 15 or whatever it was to get into the playoffs.
If they make the playoffs...
A little bit more maddening because the Twins had an opening.
Yeah.
If they'd have just played a little bit better the last 3 weeks, they could have gotten themselves back into this thing.
If they make the playoffs, I'll root for Detroit. I will. What am I going to do? Root for the Yankees? No. Root for the Astros? No. Who else is in there? Who am I missing in the American League? Anyway, if they make the playoffs, I'll root for them. But it also would be kind of fun if this second half was just a complete disaster. I love that stuff, too. Here's a video a lot of folks are talking about. The Milwaukee Brewers held... Boy, the Twins should do this. This sounds like fun. The Milwaukee Brewers, this was Friday night, held an alumni home run derby.
The Twins did this a couple of years ago.
They did?
I think Justin Morneau set it up for charity, I want to say.
That does ring a bell. Right. Well, do it every year. Mm-hmm. Do it every year. The Milwaukee Brewers held an alumni home run derby to celebrate the 25th anniversary of their ballpark. 10 former Brewers showed up, guys like Ryan Braun, Carlos Gomez, Prince Fielder was there, Corey Hart, Niger Morgan. But tragedy struck out of nowheres during this old-timers home run derby. Morgan stepped up to the plate, hit a pop-up, and the ball went way the hell, and it landed right on the skull of a security guard who wasn't looking.
Hopefully this translates, but listen to the crowd.
Short porch on the pole.
It's perfectly.
Short porch on the pole.
Bonk.
Poor bastard.
I hope he's okay.
They haven't said anything about the guy. They haven't said anything about the guy. The distance that baseball traveled after bouncing off that man's skull was concerning.
It almost made it back to home plate.
It did. It hit him square on top of his bean, out in short right field. The ball almost bounced back to the plate. Oh, my God, that was good.
Back to that Twins home run derby. So it was 2021. It was put on by Maurer. And we'll have to ask Glenn Perkins about this because he was one of the participants in the home run derby. I wonder if he was able to crank any. Other names like Tomey, Joe Nathan, Jason Kubel, Dozier.
Oh, that would have been great.
Yeah, they said they had 3,000 fans there in attendance at the thing.
Glenn coming on with us tomorrow?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, make sure we ask him about that. And you know what was really cold-blooded about this poor security guard taking a 109-mile-per-hour baseball right off the tippy top of his skull? The announcers didn't say dick about it. They just
acknowledge it.
They just moved on. They moved on as if this old-timers home run derby needed to be focused on. What the hell? This guy, say something. They just ignored it. All right, that's it for baseball. The Vikings extended Josh Metellus. He's a safety. They gave him a bunch of money, a 3-year deal. Everyone cool with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, his host of the videos to Tell Us with Metellus. I like those.
That guy's funny.
He's very funny.
Yeah.
He's the perfect role for that. You've never seen him. He kind of does a man on the street thing where he'll go through the locker room and ask his teammates all the same question.
Oh, I think Cubby's played us some of that audio.
Yeah, he does a very good job with that.
I think that Cubby has played us a little. The Lynx lost their first home game of the season yesterday. They lost to the Atlanta Dreams. They were a perfect 14-0 at Target Center heading into yesterday, but they finally lost one. Nafisa Collier again played at an MVP level, they say here, 32 points scored. They're now 22-5 on this season.
Timberwolves.
How many games do they play in a season in the WNBA?
That's a good question.
32 or 36. They're coming down toward the end here.
Okay.
I want to say.
They're getting there already. All right. Well, that ain't no big deal. So they lost one at home, for Christ's sake.
44 this year.
Oh, really? They upped it. Okay.
44 a game.
Back in my day, it was 36.
Back in my
I think they've added some teams.
Yeah.
As you guys know, I used to like Shaquille O'Neal. I used to, until I found out that when he was a player, he thought it was funny to insert one of his teammates' toothbrushes into his anus and then watch that teammate use the toothbrush as it was intended. There's absolutely nothing funny about that.
No.
Matter of fact, I think a guy should go to jail for that. So it's hilarious to me that Shaquille O'Neal used the word disgusting to describe the thought of Rudy Gobert going into the Basketball Hall of Fame someday. Shaq was on some podcast, for Christ's sake, and
it's rude.
Shaq said that Gobert has no place in the NBA Hall of Fame. I say, well, at least as far as we know, he's never put someone else's toothbrush up his ass. That's what I would say to Shaquille O'Neal. O'Neal's been critical of Rudy for years, like a lot of us. They say, Shaq says he's too soft for a 7-footer and all that jibber-jabber that we've heard before. O'Neal went as far as to say that he would like to be removed from the NBA Hall of Fame if Gobert is ever inducted in there.
Oh, come on.
Oh, that's really stupid.
What a bitch.
I get to the Hall of Fame, I'll wear this dress to the ceremony. If he get in, take me out.
That right there is the graphic that you're going to see on Playmaker. If he gets in, take me out.
Go in there and just rip my jersey down.
He needs to relax.
What did he say about a dress?
He'd wear a dress.
He would wear a dress.
To the ceremony.
To the ceremony. What, because Rudy's a bitch or something?
I don't know.
To depict Rudy being soft, I guess.
I effing hate Rudy Gobert, he said. He's making $250 million. He doesn't deserve it. See, here's something else I dislike about Shaquille O'Neal. He thinks he's the only ball player in the history of the game that deserved to be rich. He really does.
Yeah, and he's jealous that Rudy's making more money than him. But hey, Shaq, you made a hell of a lot more money than George Mikan did. You know, it's just that's what happens.
He always criticizes everyone else's contract. He thinks he's the only one that deserved any money.
Well, now I hope that Rudy does get in, just so you can see if he keeps his word.
I agree with you. And social media won't let him forget this.
No.
If Rudy goes in, they'll be saying, hey, dude, go tear your jersey off the wall. You a man of your word or not? More from Shaq. He says, as the president of the Big Man Alliance. Now, I don't know who voted him president of the Big Man Alliance. He says to Rudy Gobert, if you're making big money, play like a big man. Throw some bows. Knock some people out. Don't be letting little white dudes from Denver dunk on you. In reference to that big dunk from a year or two ago. What's that little Brown? Is that his name?
Christian Brown.
Yeah, Christian Brown.
And again, if you ask me, Shaq, if he ever had the title of president of the Big Man Alliance, he lost that title when we found out that he put another man's toothbrush up his ass. Now, Rudy Gobert, we all know what he's like out there on the court. I mean, his offensive skills are that of a ninth grader, but his case for making the Hall of Fame is a solid one. How many Defensive Players of the Year has he won? 4 or 5?
5.
Ben Wallace and Dikembe Mutombo, you know.
I kind of look at Gobert as a Ozzie Smith in baseball. Ozzie Smith was not necessarily the best hitter, didn't reach all of those levels, but he was a great defensive player. Won multiple Gold Gloves, was regarded as one of the best to ever play shortstop defensively. He gets into the Hall, and Gobert's kind of in that, you know.
I understand the comparison. Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Player,
yeah.
But he's won enough defensive awards and been recognized as one of the best defensively at that position that he probably deserves to be in the discussion for the Hall.
They compared him to Dikembe Mutombo and Ben Wallace. Both those guys are in the Hall of Fame, right?
Yeah.
This is funny.
I would say that those two guys, especially Wallace, were certainly very physical players.
Yeah.
Both of them. And Gobert, I don't think, to Shaq's point, I don't think Gobert physically played like Wallace did.
And I think those other two guys had a little bit more polish to their offensive game, too.
Brad, an eighth grader has more polish to their offensive game than Rudy Gobert.
Yeah.
He's the most frustrating, maddening player I've ever watched when he has the basketball in his hands. My wife and I begin screaming immediately as soon as he has the basketball.
It's always an adventure.
Well, the key is for him to have it in his hands to hold on to it.
He has the worst hands of any center I've ever seen. Anyway, I'm not here to play Shaq and rip on Rudy. There are good things that Rudy does on the basketball court, and Shaquille O'Neal's just a jealous prick. By the way, Park and Rec Jesus texted in and said, let me get this straight. He secretively put one of his teammates' toothbrushes up his bottom and then watched that teammate use the toothbrush as it's intended. Park and Rec Jesus says, that's a good way to get killed. Now, by the way, Rudy Gobert is currently teamed up with a top shooting coach to boost his offensive skills going into next basketball season.
Can't hurt.
It can't hurt. He's in Spain working out with some guy, so look out, everybody.
Well, I guess my question is, why did he wait this long to do this?
I don't know. He's French. I don't know. Can't figure those people out.
He's shown improvement at the free throw line, so maybe there will be some improvement made.
Another one of our listeners says, hey, wait a minute. When did Rasho Nesterovic give up his throne as the president of the Big Man Alliance? I liked Rasho. I did. I liked him a lot. All right, staying with basketball. So a website called Bleacher Report went ahead and ranked the top 100 players in the history of the NBA. For Christ's sake, another ranking of a... That's fine, of course, but we just get it all the time. But what I don't understand, there was a completely separate story on a different website specifically about how Jimmy Butler came in 83rd place on the list of the top 100 players in the history of the NBA. Why did Jimmy Bottles get his own article on his ranking?
Was that one was from the Post, right?
I have no idea.
Was the article disputing why he was in the top 100?
I didn't read it, Brad Ryder, because why did Jimmy Butler get his own article on his ranking?
Well, that would be why. That's probably. I agree with Brad. That's probably why.
I saw 0 articles discussing George Gervin and where he fell into the. I saw zero articles on Isaiah Thomas, or Jimmy Butler got his own write-up on his ranking. Jimmy's so special. That's what it's got to be. Jimmy's just so special. any rate, the top 12.
Well, look at it this way. One of the top 100 players in NBA history did a liner for your show.
We don't play that liner anymore.
Oh, okay.
We put a ban on it. Jimmy's liner. I have the top 12 here for you, and I made it 12 because in 12th place is the man who I believe is the greatest player of all time, Hakeem Olajuwon. Came in at number 12, 11, Kobe Bryant, 10, stupid Stephen Curry, 9, Wilt Chamberlain, 8, Larry Bird, 7, Tim Duncan, 6, Shaquille O'Neal, give me a break, 5, Bill Russell, 4, Magic Johnson, 3, Kareem, 2, Bronny's dad, 1, the world-class prick.
Pretty solid list. Can't argue.
I just thought that was funny.
Jerry West is not in that list.
Not in the top 12, Randy Shaver. Shaquille O'Neal's rated higher than Jerry West, Randy Shaver.
Don't agree with that.
No. No, you don't. I just thought it was funny that Jimmy Butler was the only player that had a side article discussing his ranking. LaMelo Balls. A lot of folks are talking about his new foot tattoo.
It's horrible.
This is ridiculous. We need to bully people more.
Ashley's advocating for more bullying.
He has a tattoo on his foot?
It's so bad, Randy.
Yes, he does, Randy Shaver. LaMelo Balls of the Charlotte Hornets.
Gotta hurt.
He appeared to have gotten a flame tattoo that covers all 5 of the toes on his right foot. So it kind of looks like...
God.
Yeah.
It kind of looks like a 1950s era hot rod with flame decals.
This is on 93x.com if you want to look at it.
And all of his toes are orange because they're on fire. And so his tattoo has been given the nickname the Hot Chi Toes. Check out the pictures.
Looks painful.
Someone who has a tattoo already, doesn't that would have to really hurt?
I imagine it does not feel good, but there's so many ways. I bet he got like numbing cream or something
I was just
stupid.
about to say, he had to have numbed his foot to do that.
I would imagine the foot would hurt quite a bit to be tattooed. Yes, I agree with all of you.
It's not even like a good, like a well-done tattoo either.
It kind of looks cheap. It does.
Yeah, like some of the lines are thicker and they're uneven. Where did he go for this?
Remember the rival hot rod that the Grease Lightning boys were racing against in the movie Grease?
Yeah.
LaMelo Ball's foot now looks like that hot rod from Grease.
Kind of like you used to, there would be those Hot Wheel cars.
Yeah.
The Hot Wheel, like the real fast car you would get would have that kind of flame stuff.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
And this dude is covered head to toe. I mean, personally, I don't get it. But social media is calling LaMelo Ball's new hot foot tattoo. They're calling it the worst tattoo ever. Check out the pictures on our website.
Hardly anybody's going to ever see it because you're always wearing shoes. So.
Oh, I suppose.
Nick's feet are out a lot in the summer. Maybe he likes to wear flip-flops.
That's true.
Yeah, he's got to go barefoot for a while for it to heal properly.
Maybe he's a flip-flop guy like me.
God, I hate it so much.
But this dude is just, absolutely coated, smeared with ink. You can barely decipher one from the other. It's just total coverage, you might say. Let me ask again. Let me ask our listeners. Let me ask the 4, 5, 6 of you folks. Have you bothered with slap fighting yet? Tuning in to watch it online or wherever?
Yes.
You have?
Just like the first time they aired it, and I was pretty good. After that,
you were good?
Yeah, after that, I was done. I didn't even make it the whole thing. Saw the first couple. It's brutal.
Our listening audience, 651-989-9393. Have you tried to watch slap fighting? I have not. Aside from our work responsibilities, when it first cut loose, whenever that was, when slap fighting became a thing, of course, I watched 15, 20 seconds of it, so I had some idea what I was talking about on the radio. Since then, haven't bothered with it because it just looks so stupid. The reason I bring it up, the state of Alabama is going to put a ban on slap fighting. So their state will never host a slap fighting event. Apparently their governor, a senator in Alabama saw some of it online And a direct quote from the man, he said, "It caught my attention, and I said, we don't need this." Slap fighting. Randy Shaver, Brad Ryder, have you tried it? No, I mean watching it.
Oh, okay. No, I have not.
Okay.
Have no interest.
No, I haven't either. No.
If anybody watches Always Sunny in Philadelphia, they have a new season out right now. In the last episode that aired, they got into slap fighting, and it got out of control very fast. At first, it was men in the slap fighting, but they said that it was missing the sexual appeal. So then they got like girls that were into it, but those girls weren't hot enough for them. So then next they got these girls that they like lubed up with baby oil.
Oh, God, I love that show.
Well, Dana White, who runs it, I mean, he said someday it's going to be bigger than the UFC.
I was just going to bring that up. Whenever anyone asks Dana White about this, he says, well, we've got 79 million people who watch this regularly. No, you don't. Do you really? He always claims it is so popular, and I don't. The reason I brought it up again, asked you people personally, is I still haven't met one person who has spent any significant time with slap fighting. So I'm just curious.
Me neither. You don't see anybody like running around in slap fighting T-shirts, or nobody ever talks about it.
Not advertised at sports bars.
One of our listeners, Eric, texted in to say it is absolutely the stupidest thing he has ever seen. I don't know. That's why I asked. Conor McGregor, former big-time UFC type of a guy. He's got his own pub in Ireland, and someone upped and set it on fire. He must be very popular.
Yeah, didn't he do something not too long ago where they were all mad at him for something?
I haven't followed.
I can't remember.
There's some kind of bad stuff coming out.
I think this is the second time someone has set his bar on fire.
That's great.
That's no accident.
I love the
This
Irish.
time around, some wild card ran to the front door, smashed a Molotov cocktail on the door, and then ran like hell. So it was just a small fire that was quickly put out. Oh, he must be popular. Some type of gas bomber runs by your joint. Oh, man. That's not right. All right, real quick before we get going again, we mentioned last week our big event coming up in August at the Wayzata American Legion, August 22nd. That's a Friday night, our Brost Out Cancer event with the Half-Ass Morning Show, and Randy Shaver, and Janelle Klein, and Brad Ryder. You're invited, of course, and we'll try to get Dr. P. Everyone involved in the program, we'll try to get them to show up at this effing deal on Friday, August 22nd. I just wanted to mention it again. Folks can go to our website and find out about buying a ticket to the events, $20 to get a seat. There'll be different shifts as to when you'll sit down and have dinner. There'll be like a 5:30 to 7 shift, and then 7 to 8:30 kind of a thing. And it's all to benefit Randy Shaver's Cancer and Community Fund, helping folks out who could use it. You got to buy your ticket in advance, so go to our website, 93x.com. We had a heck of a good response Friday and over the weekend, Randy Shaver.
That's great.
Tickets being sold, up and down. People are jumping on this deal. So there you go. You got plenty of time to get in there, but we encourage you to get a ticket before they go. $20. And you can, before and after we have dinner, you can hang around the bar. I got a lot of stories about that bar if you want to hear them.
And you're the guy that's going to be broasting some of the chicken.
I am usually 8 times out of 10 on broasted chicken night. I'm the guy sweeping the carcass into the broaster, and I'll be doing it again on this date. And
I was thinking about that. Do you still wear the flip-flops when you're broasting chicken, or is that a rare time you throw some shoes on?
Hell no, with the flip-flop. But I did make that mistake my first time.
Did you?
Yeah. You don't want to get any of that nuclear broaster swill. My first time when they invited me, they said we could use somebody to help out. I thought I would just be running cardboard boxes out to the dumpster and fetching beer for the old timers, right? So I wore my flip-flops. I walk in, they said, yeah, we need you on the broaster. It took about 2 minutes before I splashed some of that. Oh. You want to talk about a hot foot, mister? So we'll all find a role to play and have a good night there, Friday, August 22nd. I know on Friday we talked about how Randy might just have to shake hands and kiss babies, but then I got a little blowback from that. They said, hell no, we're putting Randy to work.
Yeah. I'm going to be the one that's taking the cardboard out to incinerate it.
Well, I don't know, yeah. Maybe we'll, do you know how to cook? I mean, I don't, but I still have a purpose back there. Okay. Well, we'll find something for you to do, Randy Shea. Brad Ryder, are you available on Friday, August 22nd?
If I am, I'll be there.
Yeah. Well, since you're a farmer, we'll have you out back killing the chickens.
John Randall style, chasing the chicken around. Right.
Do you know how to do that humanely? We need a guy in the back.
Humanely, oh boy.
I think you just chop the neck off.
Oh, for God's sake, no, that sounds terrible.
Brad walks back into the dining room, is covered in blood and feathers.
Yeah.
Dinner's ready.
I love that.
Back there where the smokers hang out, Brad's out there killing chickens by the dozen.
Brad is jacking off.
Oh, no, he's choking the chicken.
Can't really do that with a big knife in your hand.
That's against code. Yeah. What do they call that?
Health code.
Health code, yeah.
no cranking it in the kitchen.
Keep your Johnson in your friggin' pants, Brad Ryder, at this event. All right, we got to get going. Thanks for helping us out this beautiful Monday morning, Randy Shaver and Brad Ryder.
You betcha, right.
We will talk to you very soon. We'll be back in a few minutes here on the Half-Assed Morning Show.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show. 93X.
Hey, podcast pals. It's Dana from the Half-Assed Morning Show. As always, we appreciate you checking on the podcast, and it's all brought to you by our friends at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. The July heat means it's officially swass and crotch soup season. Gross! It also means our AC units are being put to the test. I recently went through an issue myself, and I was so happy to have my friends at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning in my corner. They gave me real options, didn't make me feel like a dummy for not knowing a single thing about HVAC systems, and let me choose what worked best for my home and my budget. No pressure, just comfort my way. Enjoy the show, thanks for listening, and stay cool this summer with Standard.
This episode brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever find yourself playing the budgeting game? Shifting a little money here, a little there, and hoping it all works out? Well, with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive, you can get a better budgeter and potentially lower your insurance bill too. You tell Progressive what you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll help find you options within your budget. Try it today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
Jim Rome takes on sports.
Why? Because you're not playing me.
With rapid-fire takes.
And a lot to get to, and I'm not sure you're going to like all of it. Honestly, I don't even care if you like all of it or not. I have a job to do.
Scorching debates.
On any given week, you have lots to beef about. Take advantage of it. Get up in here.
He's the Spitfire of sports smack.
She's not my fault. We will get to all of that.
The Jim Rome Show podcast.
Get up in here, and we'll beef later on. What's your beef?
Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
You've been warned.
The Half-Assed Morning Show.
Minnesota's 93X.
Monday morning, we've reached 8:31 on this beautiful Monday morning. Thanks for dialing in the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show. Hope you're doing well. I know some of you are without electricity after last night's weather. The good news, there's another round coming tonight that has the potential to be even worse. So you got that going for you.
That's great.
Yeah. They say another round. Where should we go next? Here's something everybody could easily get involved in. All right. Cubby Smashly Dana. You don't have to answer right away. But I'd love to hear your take at one point or another. And you're not the only folks that can get involved. 651-989-9393 is how you text this here radio program. I better get off. I'm going to move away from the chive, Josh. I was looking at college gals in their bikinis real quick. I better get back to our text page because I'm going to ask for some text messages. 651-989-9393. Text us if you got something for this. Your favorite action hero. Who is it? Your favorite action hero.
Of all time, it'd be Sylvester Stallone.
Well, I mean, I think they're specifically looking for a character.
Oh, a character?
Yes. I'm sorry. I should have maybe been more clear about that. A character.
Probably Jack Reacher.
Jack Reacher. What program did he star in?
Reacher.
Reacher is the name. Never saw it.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the only thing I can really think of. I don't really watch many action hero movies, I guess.
Fair enough.
So then Rocky Balboa wouldn't count?
Yeah, why wouldn't he count? Well, I suppose not.
He's not really an action.
Yeah.
So then I'll go Rambo.
Yeah, and that's, Josh, that's a terrific answer. Absolutely terrific answer. Yeah, unfortunately, Rocky Balboa, he's just a boxer, right? He's not an action. Dana, your favorite action hero?
Probably not a surprise to anybody but Dominic Toretto from the Fast and Furious franchise.
He's not an action hero.
What?
No.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
What, he just races cars?
Oh, he took down an airplane with his car.
But he's not an action hero.
Okay.
I mean, you tell me. I've never seen any of the movies. What does he do aside from race cars?
Saves the world.
He saves. Are you being serious?
Yes.
Oh, from what?
Nuclear threats, terrorists.
Oh, so he fights and shoots people?
Yeah.
Oh, then he's an action hero. Okay, I've never watched.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you.
So he does fight, karate fights, and
terrorists, beats them up, kills them, yeah.
Bazookas, flamethrowers, and he beats up terrorists. So
Sure.
then he is, okay.
But Rambo's a good answer, Josh.
All of you answered with a mere mortal, right?
Yeah.
They're all mere mortals, but they possess just unbelievable fighting skills and this and that, which worked out perfectly because Barstool Sports put together a list of the top 16 action heroes who are normal folks without superpowers. Okay, so maybe some of you texted in Batman, Spider Nuts, Iron Man.
The superheroes never even came to my mind. Feel dumb for that.
Well, maybe
that seems to me to be a different thing.
Okay, so there's a difference between an action hero and a superhero.
To me, yeah, an action hero would be like a John Wick.
John McClane.
Yeah,
Right.
John McClane. That was a tough one for me because I love John McClane.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you went with action heroes. I guess I had forgotten that there really is a distinct difference between an action hero and a superhero. My favorite superheroes would probably be, RoboCop. Because wait a minute. He is just a mere mortal, but he is in a robot suit. So maybe RoboCop is in some kind of funny gray area. I also would have said the Toxic Avenger. He was a mere mortal until he was doused with all kinds of toxic chemicals, and then he quadrupled in size. And so, but as far as an action hero, just a mere mortal, tough for me to say off the top of my head. I would go along with Josh and say John J. Rambo from the First Blood movie series. Here's what Barstool Sports put together, and I see a lot of text coming in. Okay, now, people, this is going to start a big argument now. Batman should count.
Well, yeah, I guess.
Oh, suppose.
Yeah, he doesn't have any superpowers.
Mm-hmm. Well, we didn't mention Batman. I guess I thought I had said it out loud, but I didn't. I said Superman, Iron Man, Spider-Man. Yeah, Batman, okay, should count as an action hero, not a superhero. Because it's just the fancy equipment that he puts on that gives him the powers that he needs to fight crime.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Okay.
But he's not a superhero.
All right. Let me give you what Barstool Sports had to say about the top 16 action heroes who are normal people without superpowers. But they do superhuman things. Number 16 on their list is absolutely ridiculous and has no place here. Number 16, God, I can't believe we're going to have to talk about this again. Harry Stamper from Armageddon. Stop it. Stop.
Dude, save the world, man.
We just talked about this yesterday, too.
We were talking about this yesterday because Ashley and her husband, you went and saw the latest Jurassic Park movie.
Yep.
And what happened at the close of the movie? You were telling us about it yesterday.
Why am I completely blanking?
Maybe it was your husband who said it.
Yeah, it must have been him.
At the end of the movie, Josh, the entire crowd stood and applauded.
Yes, yes. I forgot about that. How could I forget about that?
And it brought up, when they mentioned that, I said, I think I've only been to one movie where when it was over, the crowd stood and applauded, and it was By God Armageddon, and I was disgusted with the rest of the people in the movie theater. I think I even said out loud, I said, "Come on, are you friggin' serious?" But number 16 on their list of the greatest action heroes who are just normal, Harry Stamper.
That never would come to mind other than just Bruce Willis being an action star.
Number 15, never saw it, John Creasy from a movie called Man on Fire.
Oh, Denzel Washington, yeah.
Okay.
He was,
I love Denzel.
He was not a happy man in that movie. He was very angry, and he had some anger to get out.
And he was able to hand fight everyone in town until they got what he wanted, and did he have many elaborate weapons?
Yeah, he was rescuing, I don't think he did weapons, but he was rescuing a kidnapped girl.
Okay.
I want people to get back to me on Iron. People are saying Iron Man then.
Oh.
By that, it's not.
Yeah.
Well, he's got the arc reactor for a heart, does he not?
I shouldn't have said Iron Man. Maybe he's just a mere mortal.
But he's got that deal that's
does he
powering.
have I didn't know he had an inhuman heart.
Correct me if I'm not like a big superhero guy, but I thought he had that deal instead of his heart.
And does that give him a lot of his powers?
Well, doesn't that power his suit and everything?
You're asking the wrong guy. So another character we're gonna have to put in a gray area. We're not sure if if they should be considered action heroes or superheroes.
Yeah, for those that text that in, get back to us and let you know what you think about that.
Is this correct? Someone has texted in to say the Fantastic Four are normal people who got sun poisoning. I never saw it. Any of the Fantastic.
Like a mutant? So that
they get sun poisoning?
I have no idea.
I've never seen a Fantastic Four movie.
Yeah, me neither, actually. I don't really know the backstory
I've heard the new one's good, though.
We wouldn't know if you're playing with us or not. Okay. Action heroes. They're just normal people. The top 16, according to Barstool Sports. After John Creasy from Man on Fire at number 15, I'm a big fan. I am. I watch these movies anytime I get a chance, and that would be Inspector Lee from Rush Hour, played by Jackie Chan. What an immense talent he is. Love Jackie Chan very, very much. That dude, the action scenes from those movies are second to none. Even Chris, what's his name? Tucker.
Yeah.
Looked great in those movies. Next up, number 13, Rick O'Connell. Never saw it. A movie called The Mummy.
Oh, I didn't really care for those movies.
Oh, which ones? You didn't like the ones with the dude from that one thing with the long hair?
Brendan Fraser?
Yeah, Brendan Fraser.
I didn't really like. I remember I saw the second one in the theater. We only went because The Rock had a role as like the Scorpion King. And this was a big deal at the time because The Rock hadn't been in a movie yet. And we went solely because of The Rock, and we were just kind of like, well, that was a mistake.
I like those movies.
Little did I know I'd have some more opportunities down the line to see The Rock in motion pictures.
The Tom Cruise one was not very good.
I heard that was pretty bad.
Number 12, the bride from Kill Bill. She took care of business.
Oh, that's a great answer.
Never seen it.
She took care of business, Ashley.
Ashley, you'd really like those movies.
That's what I've heard.
Number 11, Brian Mills from Taken. Yeah, he got a hold of some bitches.
He sure did.
And they were never seen again.
I've always liked those movies.
I was just reading this morning, Liam Neeson said he thought the line about special set of skills, he thought that whole speech was stupid.
Oh, really?
He told the director, take it out, it's dumb. And obviously he's decided since that maybe that was a good idea to keep it in.
I think that speech would make him quite a good deal of money.
I think, yeah, it did pretty good for him. And then Naked Gun comes out this Friday, doesn't it?
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Now, do I have to go to a movie theater for that?
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Well, I love the Naked Gun series so much with Leslie Nielsen. I think I made it clear that at first I wasn't excited about it, but I saw some commercials, and now I really want to see Liam Neeson in the Naked Gun as Frank Drebin Jr., or whatever character he plays.
That's what he plays. It looks very funny.
And I think you could use a trip to the movie theater to cleanse your palate from your last visit when you saw The Iron Claw.
Oh, was that the last one you saw?
Massive pile of diarrhea. Yes, the Iron Claw was one of the worst movies of all time. We're into the top 10 now, action heroes. Action heroes, again, mere mortals without superpowers that hand everybody their ass when the time comes. Number 10 is the character Dutch from Predator. Would that be Arnold Schwarzenegger's character? Dutch?
Boy, I forgot his...
Predator? Yeah, I think that was Schwarzenegger.
That'd be my guess.
Yeah, he was Dutch.
I never thought much of that movie. I know you
loved it. That's my wife's favorite movie.
Now, that's awesome. This one I need some explanation. The 9th greatest action hero is the T2 Terminator from Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Isn't that a robot guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this does not belong here. These are supposed to be action heroes, mortals without superpowers.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Which one is the T2 Terminator? Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Yeah.
Well, then, yeah, he shouldn't be in here. Okay. Number 8 is John Rambo. Anyone with any common sense knows he deserves to be higher on this friggin' list. But
yeah, it should be higher for sure.
Ridiculous. I like The Equalizer. I do. Number 7 is...
Those are awesome.
Robert McCall is the character, The Equalizer. And that character is played by Denzel Washington.
Yeah, he's great.
And he is great in those movies. But
Especially the first two.
John Rambo kills him within 10 seconds.
Oh, at least.
Yeah.
Or excuse me, at the most 10 seconds.
Yeah. Number 6 is Jason Bourne. Great last name, wrong spelling. Number 6 is Jason Bourne from the Bourne series. I saw the first one. Who is that? Ben Affleck?
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon. I really liked it. I thought the scenes were really cool, but I never bothered with the rest of them.
That was one of those where you have an actor and you see they're going to be in a movie like that, and you thought, what a ridiculous choice. That was so dumb, but he nailed it.
All right. Lots of texts are coming in. And I'm sure some of you are arguing, because we started the conversation, action heroes are mortals. Superheroes have superpowers. They're from another planet. They're a robot, whatever. There is a distinct difference between the two. So I'm sure some of you are trying to maybe explain, like we said, is Iron Man an action hero or a superhero? What about Batman? Is he an action hero or a superhero? And some of you are just plain old texted in your favorite action hero. But our text machine has gone mental. Everyone texted in about their favorite action hero. Barstool Sports put together a list of the top 16 action heroes who are normal without superpowers. We've gone through Harry Stamper, John Creasy, Inspector Lee, Rick O'Connell, The Bride from Kill Bill, Brian Mills, Dutch from Predator, the T2 Terminator. We decided to eliminate that one because he's a Terminator. He's not a mere mortal.
Yeah.
Rambo, Robert McCall from the Equalizer movie series, Jason Bourne from the Bourne series. We got a top 5 to get to. Josh, I think, the best explanation on Iron Man. We were wondering about Iron Man. Is he a superhero or is he a mere mortal? And here's what I have. Listener said Iron Man does not have any natural inborn superpowers. His abilities come from his technologically advanced suit, which grants him superhuman strength, flight, and a variety of weapons. The suit is designed and built by Tony Stark himself. His big brain is his power. But they don't mention the heart.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of, people are saying both. People are saying both via text. Like, that doesn't count because he's altered. Other people are saying, well, no, it was his own invention, so it came from him.
Okay.
And then somebody else said, well, by that logic, then Superman should be just a normal guy because he gets his power from the sun. He's just an alien. He didn't have any powers on his own planet.
We've opened up a can of worms.
Yeah. This is fun. This is what makes it fun.
Yeah. So we don't know what to do with the Iron Nuts.
Well, I did look up. I just said superheroes without powers. And he's on that list.
Okay, there you go.
All right. Here is the top 5 as provided by the folks who read Barstool Sports. The top 5 action heroes, mere mortals without superpowers who just dish out a whooping. Number 5 is John McClane from Die Hard. Number 4 is James Bond. And I think that's fitting, even though I'm not a James Bond guy. I've only ever watched one James Bond movie when I was about a 4th grader, and I think you'll figure out why I went. The movie was called Octopussy.
I knew that was going to be the one.
It's the only one I ever watched, and that was Roger Moore. So I've never even seen any of the Sean Connery. I can't get behind You guys know I don't like the English.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So I can't get behind a suit-wearing, fancy-schmancy dude. That's not my style of action hero. My only other further note on the James Bond movie series is this. For Your Eyes Only by Sheena Easton is one of the sexiest songs ever made, and I will listen to that on repeat. For Your Eyes Only is such a sexy, sexy song. Everything that she says, all of the... Anyway, number 3, the third greatest action hero is Indiana's Jones. He's
Love
great.
that
Yeah,
series.
he's great. Number 2, John Wick. And number 1 would be Ethan Hunt from the Mission Impossible series.
Boy, I like those movies, but that would not be my number 1.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember who you said, but Rambo would have taken him out in less than 10 minutes. I think that would be the case with Ethan Hunt, too.
Did you guys ever see the Raid movies, like the Raid Redemption?
Never saw it.
That guy can kick some butt.
Okay.
That guy should be on the list somewhere.
The dude from the Raid?
Yeah. Somebody says, no one going to bring up Jack Reacher? Yes, that was mentioned a few times already.
Don't worry. I got you.
Jack
Ashley-
Reacher was mentioned.
Yes.
Actually brought it up. Okay, and I teased the John Wick people. You know, I kind of blew through his recognition here just for a joke because I like to believe that John Rambo could clean out John Wick in under a minute. So, John Wick at number 2. Does it feel kind of anticlimactic to have Ethan Hunt as the greatest action hero of all time? See, I Mission Impossible, never saw any of them. But are you okay with John? You're a passionate action movie fan. Are you okay with Ethan Hunt being at the top of the...
Well, I mean, I really like that character, but I wouldn't put him on the top of an action hero list. It's tough to say because he does a lot of action, that's for sure, but he's not one of my favorites.
Here are some others that listeners texted in who they thought might... Well, there's no might about it. These are some of the favorite action heroes of our listening audience. Dirty Harry. They can't remember any of the character names, but any of the characters played by Bruce Lee. Beavis and Butthead. Peacemaker, MacGruber.
MacGruber has to be on there.
I watched that movie and I hated myself for it. G.I. Joe is a great answer.
Oh, yes.
I never would have thought of G.I. Joe.
The Punisher.
The Punisher?
The Punisher, that's a great answer.
The Punisher's great. He wiped out
everybody.
John Travolta's entire family and had no remorse about it whatsoever. The greatest American hero. Believe it or not, I'm walking on it. The Black Widow. A listener said Black Widow from Avengers. She's just a very good fighter. She has no special powers except for giving erections to all men.
She's attractive.
True.
Never saw the Black Widow. The Punisher, by the way, his character named Frank Castle, right? Orgasmo, Jack Burton from Big Trouble in Little China, the Lone Ranger. Never would have thought of the Lone Ranger. Ash from the Evil Dead movie series. I like this text here. A listener says, Indiana Jones is my favorite. He's an archaeologist that beats up Nazis as a side gig.
He sure does.
Indiana Jones, the first 2 were a lot of fun.
Appliance Guy Jesus said Ryan Gosling as Agent 6 in The Gray Man. Yeah, that is a great movie.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, I should watch that again.
Books.
He whoops everybody's ass. I never saw it, but is that what he does? He whoops everybody's ass?
It's just so good and very funny, too.
Higher up on the list from Barstool Sports of great action heroes was a character by the name of John Creasy, played by Denzel Washington in a movie called Man on Fire. Now, I never saw it, but here's a little extra information here on that character in that movie. Bend Over Jesus said that Denzel, or the character John Creasy, stuffs explosives up a dude's butt in the movie.
Oh. Didn't know you needed to get that inserted all the way inside for it to work.
In which movie?
Man on Fire. He shoves explosives up somebody's can.
I don't remember that. And that movie came out a while ago, didn't it? But
well, that's Bend Over Jesus who texted. He might have a one-track mind. I don't know. You know. You don't remember the butt explosion?
That doesn't seem like something that would be in Man on Fire, but maybe I slept through that part.
I mean, I looked it up, and it's They refer to it as the suppository bomb.
Dude,
that's cold-blooded.
That's hilarious.
Let me watch this video.
By the way, here's a great text coming in right at the ass end of our conversation. I don't know the character's name, but I really liked the movie, and I think there's 2 of them now. The dude from Nobody.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Bob Odenkirk.
Man, he whoops everybody's ass in a hand fight, a fist fight, a karate fight, a knife fight. He can do it all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's a good answer.
The new one's coming out next month, I think.
Yeah, I keep seeing ads for it all the time.
I really like that. Josh, didn't the action hero Machete, didn't he swing from one building to another using somebody's intestines that he had just ripped out of their body?
One floor to another.
Oh!
Yeah. He had to move down a floor real quick. And so he improvised. All he had was some intestines he could swing to.
Is that going to hold me?
That movie? Oh, the intestines?
Is that really going to hold me?
It worked for him, and he's a big guy.
Jesus balls. Was the guy still alive as he swung with his intestine? Did he have to watch Machete swing?
I saw it so long ago. I think he was alive for a little bit there, yeah.
Well, god dang. I told you that's something I told you that was a conversation we could all get involved in.
I don't like the fact that there's a suppository bomb in a movie that I saw with an actor that's one of my favorites, and I forgot. How do you forget something like that?
Yeah, I just watched the video, and it's interesting.
Maybe you had taken a cigarette break or something.
I can't believe I don't remember.
You saw the scene?
Yeah, it's still going, and yeah, the guy that receives the suppository bomb is very sweaty. He's very nervous and very scared.
I wouldn't be calm in that situation.
Does he eventually hit the button and we send this guy's insides
I
across?
haven't gotten that far yet.
All right. Maybe you don't want to watch that.
Yeah, maybe I don't want to see the ending, but
we got to get going again. Wonderful Monday morning. Wonderful.
Happiest of birthdays to the smoking hot security Jesus, whose loving wife is taking him to Vikings training camp for the day.
Oh, for God's sake.
Happy second anniversary to Skylar from Skateboard Pete Jesus. Thank you very much for letting us start your week with you. Have an awesome rest of your Monday, and take it away, Daniel.
If you missed any part of the show, you can always check it out at 93x.com. We'll be back at 5:40 every day this week, unless Ashley goes into labor. Then maybe we'll be delayed a little bit. Hey, podcast pals. It's Dana from the Half-Ass Morning Show. As always, we appreciate you checking on the podcast, and it's all brought to you by our friends at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. The July heat means it's officially swass and crotch soup season. Gross! It also means our AC units are being put to the test. I recently went through an issue myself, and I was so happy to have my friends at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning in my corner. They gave me real options, didn't make me feel like a dummy for not knowing a single thing about HVAC systems, and let me choose what worked best for my home and my budget. No pressure, just comfort my way. Enjoy the show, thanks for listening, and stay cool this summer with Standard.